O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show. This
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Over 2,000 Toyotas are in stock and on their way to Toyota of Hollywood. Get our lowest price on every Toyota, including Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Tacoma, and RAV4. Like a 2024 Corolla LE, $19,975. Need credit? If you earn at least $500 a week, we want to say you're approved at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place to get our biggest discount on a 2024 Acura. Take up to $10,000 off. $10,000 off at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 Acura dealer in the USA.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Now we're going to go because we have the mic open. Good morning, boys and girls. We are back to our regular, normal 10 a.m. gig. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. We got preseason football tomorrow with the Dolphins. I don't need the headsets right now. We'll once we get the interviews going, or if Sean's got to talk. And, of course, good morning, Sean, to you, sir. And morning to all out there. It's Friday. You made it. It's been a long week. I'm actually looking forward to relaxing over the weekend, to be quite honest. So I got to do – you know what I got to do now? I got to, over the next couple of weeks before we start the season, I got to get into like a quick type of fasting, pick up my walking now because now the foot is starting, I hope, to feel a little better. It's still screwed up, but it's made a little bit of progress. I'm old, man. I'm old. Just, when you were young, you bounce back a lot quicker, you recover quicker. Now, brother, you get injured and it takes forever to recover. Jesus. So since we're going to travel a lot, Sean and I, it's going to be a hectic season this year. I got to lose even more weight. So I need to get on that trip before what's our first trip? Our first trip is like the third week of the season, right? Isn't it like Seattle? Yeah. Yeah. So I've got about another 5 weeks to go. Maybe I can lose another 7, 8, maybe 10 pounds. And get even thinner, and be more comfortable in the damn plane too. So I made sure I got us those aisle seats, bro, so we can get in and out quickly. Let's see. Be careful. Oscar will tell you to start your show a minute late. That's good. That is good. That is good. That is good. By the way, as always, many ways to support the show. Ocala Joe, thank you, sir. Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And Ocala, as always, thank you for always being an amazing, amazing supporter of the show. He says, for good morning, O, and have a great show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cash App or Venmo. Very kind of you, sir. Very kind. Saw that there. And what else do we have? Cash App or Venmo. And remember, you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which, we're now getting Ethereum donations, which is cool. Which, by the way, just my little crypto tip of the day. I am not a financial advisor by any stretch whatsoever. This has been a glorious 4 months, something like that, 5 months almost, of consolidation that Bitcoin has given you an opportunity, and stupid governments like the German government and even our United States government they're keeping the price down a little bit, and all that is an awesome opportunity for all of us. Okay. We just had the Ethereum ETFs fire off, and Ethereum has actually dipped instead, and it's been now into the 2,500s now. It's 2,586 right now. I'm looking at it right now. And again, not a financial advisor, but I would be stacking Bitcoin. I would be stacking Ethereum. I would be stacking Solana. Okay. I mean, if you want to invest without even thinking, listen to me. If you want to invest without even thinking, you get 100% of your pie. I don't care if you have $40, $100. God bless you. If you have 500 and 1,000 and 10,000, if you got big money, man, you're going to make even, God bless you. Okay. Those of you that have big money and you have followed some of my advice over the last couple of years and you've DCA'd, you're way in the green and boy, you are doing well. So God bless you. You get your 100% of the pie. This is what I would do. I would put 40% into Bitcoin, 30% in Ethereum, and 30% into Solana right now. Super simple. That's it. And by the way, on Exodus, you can stake both Ethereum and Solana. You can stake Solana and you could get 6.7%. So it's working for you that way. You can stake Ethereum and you can get, where the hell is it? Here it is. 3.71% right now. Okay. Just to give you the live rates at the moment. So that way you can also have the money where so it could work by getting you interest and then work by growing in value. And it's going to pop to 4,000 easily, Ethereum that is. And Solana will easily pop to past 200 where it was. And I think it's gone as high as like 260, 270. It'll pass that easily. Solana, some people think it could go to $700 to $1,000. So who knows? We'll see. The network is rich. It's got a lot of traffic. It's got a lot of total value locked in. So, and Ethereum now, by the way, the gas fees have gone down 95%. Ethereum has been the monster and it's been expensive to do things. Now the gas rates are down 95% because of all the updates that they've made. And I think there's still another one left that will bring those gas fees down to, minimal stuff. So Ethereum is only going to get more powerful. So just, not a financial advisor by any stretch, but you don't have to, I don't have to get into telling you about Neutron and talking about Avalanche and other things. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. You want to keep it simple, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. And that's it. You do that and you're going to be in the money. Okay? That's it. You don't have to think. Just, I got an extra $70. Okay, so I'm going to put 40% of my $70 into Bitcoin. I'm going to put 30% into Solana and 30% into Ethereum. Oh, I got an extra $600. All right, I'm going to put 40% of that into Bitcoin, 30% of that into Solana, 30% of that in Ethereum. And if you open an Exodus account, I'm going to stake those two. So it's also working for me and growing at the same time and lowering your overall cost, because as you get free Solana, the Solana and the Ethereum come in every couple of days. The interest comes in. So you're going to see it. You're going to see your total of your Solana and your Ethereum growing also. That means you're getting free Solana and free Ethereum, which is then lowering your overall price. And right now, Solana is on a dip, big dip, and Ethereum's on a huge dip. So you're getting them all, and Bitcoin is on a dip because 73.3, I think it is the height, the peak. We're at 50, what? We're at 58.2. It's easily going to pass 73. It's going to go past 100. Just saying, if you want to if you're asking me, oh man, I want to start in crypto. I'm a newbie. What do I do? Oh, and remember Swan, swan.com is giving away a full Bitcoin. They're giving it away in November. All you got to do is go onto their website at swan.com. You'll see the giveaway. You put in your email, and then it'll tell you to go to their app and download it. You got to download the app, sign up, open up an account and connect your bank account. You don't have to buy anything, but Remember I was telling you about the Bitcoin, right? You could buy your Bitcoin through there. Right now, your first $10,000 that you buy in Bitcoin is fee-free. And all transfers to your cold storage wallet are all fee-free. So you're not paying anything, and they're not charging you anything for your first $10,000. It'll take me a long time to get those 10,000. Some of you are blessed, and you can probably get to those 10,000. But I'm enjoying having no fees whatsoever on my Swan. And that's whenever I have extra, then I buy it there because I can buy it fee-free and I can move it fee-free. And I've signed up to win a Bitcoin. Will I win it? Probably not, but what the hell? I have less of a chance by telling you guys about it, but who cares, right? I hope somebody wins it. Somebody we know, me or one of you. It would be great. I would love to see on the chat board, oh, thank you, man. I won the Bitcoin from Swan. Can you imagine that? That's so freaking cool. So that's another way, and Cash App is another way you can buy your Bitcoin and move it fee-free. There's 3 options when you move it. The third option is free. It just takes from 0 minutes to 24 hours. It could take up to a day. So it's not a big deal. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes 2 hours. Sometimes it'll take 21 hours or 22 hours, but it'll go through. It all depends on how busy the chain is at that moment. How much traffic. So, anyway, Ocala Joe, thank you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Steve M. Hateful Steve chiming in. Let's see. He's complaining about Kamala. Steve M is very interesting. A very interesting, far right-wing hater. First of all, I don't defend Biden or Kamala, but all he does is complain to me about Biden or Kamala. And all I ever do for the last 4 years is rip Biden and everybody else because of the way, I'm a crypto guy. So I've hated what they've done, plus printing money and all the other shit, whatever. And it's funny, like, Hateful Steve has his head up Trump's ass, yet there's no mention from him of Presidential Medal of Freedom and the Congressional Medal of Honor, who somebody just completely shit on last night. It's interesting. It's interesting how those people, they hear facts and they run away like wussies. They only want to hear what they want to hear, and then when they hear something, oh no. But he wants to complain to me about Kamala by sending me a Venmo, and it's like, my brother, have some balls for once in your life. Talk about your own. Like, Steve, my man, Papa, let's go, dude. Be a man. Talk about your own for once. I don't really care about the other side. I'm not defending her. I'm not defending Biden either. All I said was Trump was beating Biden, and now I'm saying Kamala's beating Trump. That's it. Go in your panic mode if you want. But it's the weirdest thing, dude. It's really odd. Like, you would send me a complaint about Kamala that I don't care about, but you don't, nothing on your own guy from yesterday? Okay. The cowardly approach is absolutely just, it's clockwork with those people. Clockwork. Anyway, Oscar Rojas is number 1 in Melbourne. True Finn fan in the house. Steve Chapman. Jamie Zoria in San Jose. Ray Sosa. Cosa Nostra. One-Eyed Jack. Says lots of vets have been missing practice on load management besides Chubb. Is anyone in danger? One-Eyed Jack, I guess you haven't been listening to the show. Don't worry about Odell Beckham.
And what's it called? The center. Um, what's it called? What's Aaron? What's his name? Brewer. Right. He'll be ready. Also, it's just Phillips. I don't know how much playing time or Chubb. Those are issues. Those are issues. Phillips. I don't know how much play. He's practicing now. But I'm sure they'll give him just piecemeal, and then Chubb probably won't be ready for game one. But like the Odell stuff, as I've already talked about, don't even worry about it. Stop falling for all the shit. And Brewer will be ready for game one. Okay, and the rest is all Armstead. They're doing with Armstead what they should have done last year. No matter what the hell he says, sorry. No, dude, you go run. You go do all the other stuff. Stay in condition. And we'll give you some reps. But we're not putting you in a preseason game. We're not putting you in scrimmage, and all that kind of stuff. Poyer will be fine. He should be able to play week one. That shouldn't be an issue either. It's a hand thing. They were talking about, he's limping, and the wife then called him out because the information's not out there for everybody, dude. If they knew what I knew about Odell, nobody would write shit. They wouldn't stir it up. See, this is what happens. This is the part that I don't like, because I've been at this for a long time. The media questions, puts doubts, and then lights the fire. And then fans get crazy and they start tweeting at Odell. And then he's pulling a William Fuller and all that shit. And this is what happens when you start putting shit out there. Oh, well, we should be concerned. Why? Well, why? Do you have any facts? Why should you be concerned? Why? I don't understand. Why should you be concerned? What are your facts? Do you know something? Because I know something and I'm not concerned. Okay? I'm not concerned at all. He'll be there week one. If you knew what I knew, you'll know he's there in week one. So now you started off, and now they go after the guy for no reason at all, and then he gets pissed off, and people are even tagging him and all that kind of stuff, and it's just not cool, dude. It's just not cool, because it's all just hearsay and bullshit when this team is clearly pacing certain people that they don't need. And if Odell is out there, then everybody, they're talking and tweeting, and it's even worse. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why, because if he's out there just walking around and not doing anything, they're going to start ripping him for that. And this is the program they've put him on. And they say, hey, look, man, we don't need you right now. We're good. We're good. That's all. But who knows if they really, behind the scenes, if he's run a few routes with Tua inside and nobody sees it. You don't know. But I know this. You shouldn't be concerned. That's all I can tell you. And I was told yesterday that Brewer's going to be ready for game one. So I'm not sure if you're really concerned, One-Eyed Jack, about anything else outside of the Chubb stuff that, that's to be expected, in other words. And Phillips, whatever you get from him is a bonus. Let's put it that way. If you get 5 snaps, 10 snaps in his first game, 15 snaps, whatever you get is a blessing. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? But those injuries that people are talking and they don't know anything about it, you don't have to be concerned. That's what I would tell you. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. By the way, NorCal. I just saw it there, NorCal. I see it coming up on the stuff. So NorCal, it's tomorrow morning, right? So it's not today. It's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to noon. Okay. And you guys know NorCal here. He's usually on the chat board. He's been a supporter of our show well over 15 years. He's one of the reasons why we're also going to Seattle, by the way. Okay. So tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. to noon. Let me see. You know what? Here, let me send the link. Is it better for me to email it to you, Sean, or text it? Email 1, text 2. Just there you go. If you don't have to open the mic.
What are we trying to do? What are we doing?
It's NorCal. He's got a link for the DCC to fight cancer, part of the Dolphin Challenge. And you know he's a burpees guy. And so he is doing a burpee per dollar donated. So he's hoping to raise $420 to do 420 burpees in 3 hours. The most he's ever done in one session is 377. So he's going for his personal best. So he's asking for us to get on board and donate. So I have the link from the, Dolphins, U-Health, Sylvester stuff to support him. You know, there's an official Dolphins Cancer Challenge thing going on. So we want to support it. We want to put the link out there. We know we got some great listeners. So what do I do? Do I email this link to you? Do I text it to you?
Email would be better. Do you want me to make something with it, or do you want me just to post it on here on the show?
Post it on the show so people will have it right away. Post it on the show. And if you can make anything that you can put on the show for folks, then, so because, people they may not know how to find the link on YouTube. So if you could come up with
the problem's going to be is they have to write down the link from here. They won't be able to just touch it or hit it.
Right.
Go to the link.
I sent it to you now.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see if the other thing I don't know if this would work, but I can at least try. The other thing I can do is I can post the link too for you guys on the chat board. I don't know if that'll work. I don't know if that translates. I don't know if that translates there. I did put it on the chat board. I don't know if you guys can literally copy and paste that. But there you go. So our guy, NorCal, who's been supporting our show for a long, long time and stepped up to help us go to Seattle, help fund it. So let's fund him and let's support for cancer. So this is the Dolphin Cancer Challenge. So my man is going for 420 burpees. Figures he would pick 420 in 3 hours. So he's done 377. That's his best. So we've got to surpass 420. Okay. So donate. I'm going to donate myself. So let's donate. Make sure you help out. I don't know if that works. Tell me if that works. Well, it does come out as a link. So hopefully it does work. The link worked, Big O. Okay, good. So there you go. Let's support NorCal, man. We're a family here. Let's support NorCal. Big time friend of personal friend for me, but obviously an absolute just gem and friend of the show. So we appreciate everything that he has done for our show for over the years. So he's doing something good he's doing something for charity. Let's do our part for charity. And by the way, you can write that off. Okay? After you make the donation, you save the receipt and you write it off at the end of the year. So it is a donation. Okay? So there you go. How about that? You're helping a great cause, you're helping a great friend, and then at the same time, you'll write it off. Win, win, win. And 420 for NorCal, another win. You know, you can't beat that. So there you go, NorCal. We will spread the word. We will put the link on our YouTube page for, we'll do it up until tomorrow, and then we'll take it off, obviously. And then there you go. Okay. What else do we have? Eric Simon, Gus 1388, James Vivinetti, Giovanni is in. Yes, they came through with the thermos. I have it here. I'm not using it because I have my, I'm in studio today. I'm home, so I always am hydrating at home. But since I can't walk in with this, I'll walk in with that. And I'll have a little whiskey and no, I'm kidding, but I'll be able to put, a couple of you guys mentioned what I should do is probably some electrolytes while I'm out there. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll put in there some cold ass Gatorade and then keep it in there. Get that rehydrating Gatorade, that one that's the quick hydrator. Get something like that. So yeah, Giovanni, very nice. The Dolphin PR staff was very kind. Ann and everybody else they were just on top of it, man. So I very blessed. I just have to be, I just have to stay away from stupidity. That would help. Alex Palenzuela, Frankie Fresco is in the house. Jay Ospina, Sneak Attack. Armando from West Kendall. I got my order last night, and thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Looking forward to taking the family to walk-ons for the Jags game. Thank you, Sneak Attack 305. I appreciate that. Sweetheart. Oh, thank you. Yeah, baby. We have a mad collection of hats because you gotta, this kind of it's the law of the land. So it's one of those things that when I can't think of anything for a gift for my wife or my daughter, I'll say, well, try to find a Dolphin hat with an old logo that I don't have. You do that, bring it on. I could always use an extra Dolphin hat, and I haven't gotten to the point where I have one for every day of the month. In other words, I need 31. I haven't gotten to that yet. That's at least the first goal. Okay. I could wear a different Iron Maiden shirt easily about 2 months. I can wear a U2 shirt, a different one, about 2 months. Yeah, something like that. Dolphin hat, I think I'm up to about maybe 2 weeks, something like that. So, it's one of those things. It's goals in life. Those are goals in life right there. I have important goals in life. Let's see. Thank you, One-Eyed Jack, on the compliment. Adam Pinkser is in the house. We'll see you, bro, at the Tavern South, Adam. Spread the word to Dolphin fans to join us there for the pre- and post-game show. We're going to be there hanging out, Sean and I. We're going to have some fun. And, of course, look at that. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Look at that, NorCal. How about that? You want to support NorCal? Right there. Use the QR code. Damn, that was quick, dog. Damn, that was quick. That's badass, NorCal. That's badass right there. Support NorCal. Dolphins Cancer Challenge right there. Get your phone, put it on photo, not video, and then hit that link. Biatch. Let's go. Dolphin Cancer Challenge. 420 burpees in 3 hours. His record is 377. So he's looking to shatter that shit. We got to do our part. So let's go donate. Okay? Dolphin Cancer Challenge. It's for tomorrow he's doing it. So we got to hop on. Donate $1, $5, $10. Whatever you can donate is very appreciated. All right? And now you know it's appreciated? David Furones and our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins repo.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right. What's up, dude?
What up? Yeah, happy Friday, and we got a preseason game tomorrow. Lengthy week of training camp practices, 4 straight days, including a joint session with Washington. So, ready to get to it.
You're expecting a bunch of starters, right, to play in this game? Because I don't think they're going to do their dress rehearsal in the third week. I think they want to do it now, and just in case there's any injuries, you still have time, to recover. They did it last year, I think, that way, and then they came out the following week for one series and then sat their asses down, right? I think that's how it was. So are kind of expecting the same thing here, right?
Yeah, that would follow Mike McDaniel's precedent. That would also go by, what he just told us recently, which kudos to him. He's been a little more transparent with his preseason expectations for games. So we appreciate that in the media. And he has indicated that starters will play. Even Tua Tagovailoa went ahead and told us that he's open to play. And I think it makes sense for this game to be as close to a dress rehearsal as possible. It's the last home preseason game. So they had one. Now this is the second one. And then the last session would be at Tampa Bay. So give the home fans a little bit of a preview at a cheap price to get in for the preseason, and let them see what the Dolphins have coming up in 2024. So yeah, I do expect a lot of the starters and maybe not some of that are dealing with some minor injuries. So you won't see Jalen Waddle. You probably won't see Jalen Ramsey, Jordan Poyer, Teron Armstead. He's not playing the preseason anyway. So, a series of guys, but most of the starters. Javon Holland probably won't. But most of the starters, I think you would see.
Yeah, I would think a lot of the line outside of Teron Armstead. I think, except for Brewer, who right. I don't think will play, but I'm told we'll be ready for week 1, by the way. We'll be ready for week 1. So I already talked about it on the show yesterday. Just like the OBJ thing, there's really nothing to be concerned about. He's going to be fine, dude. It's just they have no hurry in pacing him right now. They have no hurry in pushing him right now. They're just pacing right now. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff they're not gonna push. But I would imagine the rest of the line we should be able to see, and it'll be good work for the guards. The guy I am kind of concerned about is Wynn. That's the one I would be concerned about.
Yeah. So if you go down the line, I would expect Austin Jackson. I would expect, you see the guard combination right now. Well, and now Liam Eichenberg would have to play center with Aaron Brewer still week to week with that hand issue. So I would, like you said, week to week, I would think that timeline would let him come back by week 1, but obviously you don't know for sure until you get there. So now, Liam has to play center. then expect to see Lester Cotton get into that guard mix as well, as we've already seen Robert Jones do. So, the rest of the guys, and then Patrick Paul, Kendall Lamb at the other tackle spot, get to see that. That'll be interesting to see who they start among those. Patrick Paul has impressed, as we saw in that first preseason game. So, and you're right, with Isaiah Wynn, I would be concerned at this point, because it's been since mid-October. So now we've gone, now we're about to hit 10 months. We started training camp at the 9-month mark with the quadriceps injury, and then we're not sure if it's still just the quadriceps or if it's led to something else in his legs, because Mike McDaniel noted some compounding things when he was asked recently about whether it's still just the quadriceps. So one injury leads to another with these things. So I've seen him working out some on the side here and there, but that's been kind of like few and far between. So it is a little concerning. And Odell
not doing any football stuff. You have to be concerned. You know what I'm saying? Brewer was doing all kinds of football stuff, and it's a hand thing. So, it's just, he'll be fine. He's going to be ready for sure. And then Odell is running, and he's, they don't need to show anything off at this point in time. But this is why when I mention the other guy, I don't put him in that class that I'm everything I've heard, don't worry about those guys. But that guy, that one's legit, because that guy, you can't even play him right now because he first has to get back into football shape. So he's weeks away from actually getting into football shape, because an injury-prone guy like that, you can't just throw him back into the fire like that. And when you see the rest of these guys were ramped up, they went from the off season to, training camp, and now the preseason. So there was a gradual, takeoff to all of this. Isaiah Wynn has not gone through any of that. Isaiah Wynn now has to literally kind of, really make a quick, and as a lineman, that's a brutal process for him. So, he's a ways away, man. If you don't see him on the field this week already, how much time does he really have to prepare? He pretty much ran.
Then you want to start him on PUP for the season. Puts him out at the 4 weeks, and then you'll revisit after that, and then let him take his time, which Mike McDaniel's known to do. He won't put timelines, and I think that would give him the best opportunity to go ahead and work without timelines. And you're right with Odell Beckham Jr. Now we can't get too specific on what we see them do on rehab assignments when they're working out on the side, but I'll just say he was the explosion I saw with him doing a certain workout that I can't name, and I know because I went through an injury and had to do some stuff in like rehab with a physical therapist, and boy, he did it way more explosively than I can. I understand he's a professional athlete, but I was just knowing the type of workout he was doing and I could tell he wasn't necessarily. It wasn't like he's at a rehab stage the way I was when I did a similar thing that I saw him do. So
I got you. Dude, I'm telling you, he's fine.
Right, he looks good. That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna be fine for week 1. It's just he's a veteran, so he's already running well, and if the deer is running well, then all you got to know, does he know the routes? And he's going to be, you got to understand, he's doing this. He's not doing anything inside. He's not the inside guy. That's not who he is. So he's going to be filling in for Tyreek or Waddle. When they rest, he'll come out and he'll run some routes for them. The middle is going to be Craycraft and Barrios and Malik Washington and those kind of cats. That's what those are the people that are going to decide the middle, along with Jonnu Smith, who will be working his own middle. You know what I'm saying? So Odell is not going to carry a heavy load. Hopefully, hopefully you have no injuries with Tyreek or Waddle, but he really shouldn't have to carry a heavy load. You have a lot of people, plus the running backs are going to catch the ball. There's going to be a different offense this year because the tight end's actually going to be featured in the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And people actually don't realize how many snaps Tyreek Hill is off the field for on offense. I think if you look at snap counts, I mean, there are some games where his snap count percentage on offense is like in the 50s of percentages. Run plays, he's off the field, and then also just, I mean, how explosive he is. Then he needs to come off the field, come back in, and that helps him avoid, I think, some of those cramping issues that we see pop up sometimes. So, so really, I mean, Tyreek Hill's stats are just ultra, even more phenomenal based on that he actually has to sit a lot of snaps. So, and sometimes it's a little bit of foreshadowing of what the offense is going to do, specifically run plays. It seems like he's off the field more often. Odell Beckham Jr., I don't know how much you're trying to get him involved in the blocking aspects, but having a third receiver that really a lot of times becomes a number two, those snaps when Tyreek Hill is off the field, and also is that third option when you have a third down where teams want to make sure they eliminate both the threat of Hill and Waddle. All that, plus Jonnu Smith, the addition and the incorporation of the tight end, plus that Devon Achane should get more involved in the pass game. All these things really bode well for.
Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say tight ends because I think they're going to go even farther than people ever have seen, because they have crapped on the tight end position for 2 years under Mike McDaniel, but that's because they've never had a guy that fits what they want. Now they got a guy that can do everything he wants, and watching him cut on the open field, there aren't a lot of linebackers that are going to stay with that dude. Sorry. So this guy's going to be open, and it's going to be a safety blanket. But the guy that I really have enjoyed watching grow this training camp and preseason is Julian Hill, dude. Julian Hill is the guy that can punch you in the mouth and also go catch a pass. And he looks to me like what he didn't have last year. Last year, he didn't flow and he didn't have the confidence, so he dropped passes and he wasn't ready. Now he looks like he knows exactly the route he's running, and brother, he's catching everything with confidence because he's playing comfortable now. I actually think you'll even see 2 tight end sets here to make life easy for, because that's what you're supposed to throw to your running backs. You're supposed to run the ball. You're supposed to throw to your tight ends. This makes life easy. That's how Brady was killing you constantly with all that shit. And then they hit you over the top with the rest of those guys. You've taken away the easy math from this offense. He's been doing calculus. He's been doing trigonometry. That's what he's been doing with his. That's why when Warren Sharp puts on his chart on the difficulty of the passing game of each team, Tua and the Dolphins are way out in the corner because they take more deep shots, more riskier passes. Why? Because you weren't passing to the tight ends. You weren't passing the running backs. This offense is going to be, I think, a different offense this year. It's actually going to resemble more of what you see in San Francisco. You're going to see the middle of the field actually being worked on now.
Yeah, and that'll simplify things so much for Tua, because you mentioned just complexity of the passing offense. So that'll bode well for him. And I mean, he was already handling it very well at the complex stage. So now even easier for him if so. So I'm with you that the tight end will be huge, and Jonnu Smith specifically, and different ways that they could get him involved too.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, dude. If he's coming out of the backfield, or it's a screen, or he's running a route, a 9 route, or he's running across the field, he does absolutely everything out there. And so to me, that's something that they just didn't have. The question is the slot receiver. I know that you could trust Craycraft to be a professional, right? But you want a difference maker. Is Berrios the difference maker? Is Malik the difference maker? What have you seen? How do you decipher the slot receiver? How do you define it at this moment if you had to explain it to the Dolphin Nation?
Yeah, well, I mean, you have two of utmost professionals with River Craycraft and Braxton Berrios. That's why Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, they draft them 1 and 2 when it comes to their little unit competition that Wes Welker creates among the wide receivers. They draft 2 teams, try to see who scores more points in Welker's system that rewards big plays, but then also run I think the right routes. I think blocking for sure is heavily emphasized. So you have 2 guys that are just really going to do their job and be reliable. Now, are they difference makers in games? And that's one thing that I think we've seen enough of a sample size where we wouldn't put them in that category. But Malik Washington, I would say, is showing traits of someone who can develop into that. He's showing some flashes that maybe just needs to get into the consistency level of it. But, I mean, even just last practice, we saw him catch a deep ball from Mike White, had the ball jarred loose from a Washington DB as he went to the ground. So the referee officially ruled it that he caught it and then fumbled it. The ball trickled out of bounds afterwards, so he was safe from that. So maybe he got to secure something like that. We've seen other big plays from him throughout training camp, and then also from his time in college how leading the league or leading the nation in receptions, how he could just catch those short passes and really just bring the volume of the receptions into the offense. So great to also see him add some of the downfield stuff that we've seen in camp. So looking to expand on that, and then hopefully he can become a difference maker at that position. But to that point, the Dolphins personnel, we talk about the tight ends, how they can run 2 tight ends. If you develop that third wide receiver option plus whoever you can put in the slot, then you can run the 3-4 wide. But then also you have 2 tight ends. You can have 2 backs because you're going to use the fullback Alec Ingold a lot. Mike McDaniel will have a lot of versatility in personnel that he runs out there because he can do the 12, the 21. He can do the 3-4 wide. So the roster that he has really allows him to be versatile with his personnel.
You have Malik on the roster, right?
Yeah. He's got to make this team. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. He's dropped too many passes. I will say that in this training camp, I've seen too many drops. Now, as I explained yesterday, a leopard doesn't change, his stripes, right? They are what they are. Okay. When you're Derek Hagan or you're James Blewett Pruitt, okay, that's a little before your time. But Derek Hagan is your time, right? That's the Saban years.
Yeah.
Both guys came into the league with hand issues. They used to drop passes. So when you got them and they kept dropping passes, well, you can't complain. You knew who he was. You were just trying to change it, right? Well, Malik's the other way. Malik had the best hands in college football last year. He had the lowest drop percentage in college football last year. So I'm going to go with the guy that, he's going to go to his habits on who he is instead. And just like Derek Hagan and just like James Blewett Pruitt or the late Farrell Edmonds, by the way, that everybody talks about, right? I think, is Farrell Edmonds still with us or he's gone? I don't know. Why do I think he passed away? But anyway, Farrell Edmonds, super talent, but his problem was hanging onto a football, and it never changed. That was a problem throughout his entire career. And, they're not going to change. For me, Malik is not going to change. He's going to go back to being the sure-handed guy that he's always been, throughout his career. And so I am not going to get, because some people are down on the drops. I'm down on him, but I'm going to go, this is just a young guy. Remember Julian Hill? I just talked about it. That's not who he was. He wasn't a guy who was dropping passes and shit like that when he was in college. So, last year he was a young guy still adjusting, and now he's fine. To me, I see the same thing in Malik. I see a really tough kid from what I hear, and he'll be fine. He'll overcome.
Yeah, I mean, people always need to understand just the difference in the speed of the game, difference in intensity when you go from college to the NFL, especially. I mean, like Julian Hill goes from playing at Campbell to now in the NFL, so that's a huge jump. And then what Malik Washington is saying from playing in the ACC at Virginia compared to the league. It's not like he got, even in the college level, he didn't get the SEC experience either. So it is a bigger jump a little bit for these guys, and for any rookie, it's going to be, even if you played in the college football national championship, you played all the big games, an SEC schedule where you saw all these guys that are the top draft picks in the draft with you. It's still going to be a jump because you're playing against a lot of grown men who now are developed 4, 5, 6 years into the league, and it's just totally different. So sometimes you got to work out those early jitters. For some guys, it shows up in the game. Some guys, it's just that first training camp, and you get it out of your system. So hopefully for Malik Washington, that's the case.
Yeah. By the way, Welton Rayom, proud sponsors of our program. And remember, we are in hurricane season, storm season. So if you deal with anything or even a broken pipe, don't call the insurance company. Call Welton Rayom first. They will send their adjusters, and then Welton Rayom will take on the insurance company for you. 954-966-4646. And those of you also dealing with bankruptcy issues or criminal defense, please call Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. Liam Eichenberg, back to center. Jack Driscoll has actually shown me a little something. The Harlow guy has been, a professional. I think Robert Jones has made some improvement overall. Obviously, Patrick Paul has looked fantastic. So talk to me about the O-line. Let's wrap it up with this. Two-part question. First of all, I thought they played better last week than they practiced. Yeah, all the guys. And then this week, I thought they kind of picked up from the game and actually practiced well, I thought, against Washington overall. And what do you see, part two of it, what do you see of Liam Eichenberg back at center?
Yeah, I think you see some comfortability for TUA with Liam Eichenberg there. He had him for 8 games last year. So you've seen actually since he's come in a lot less fewer of the snap exchange issues. So that's not been something that has occurred really since Liam Eichenberg got back into the mix there. So good to see that. And then and then Patrick Paul. Yeah, I mean, I would say he has been so impressive to come off the bat that quickly. You went in thinking, okay, he's a guy that has some that he needs to make this transition into the NFL. He's kind of going to be a little bit of a project. He's got the physical tools, and that the Dolphins coaching staff is going to have to take him under their wing a little bit and transform him. But he has really, in his first camp, so he has surprised me in a positive way to be this polished actually that quickly. Where maybe, and I mean, just the jump that you saw from early in camp to now itself has been magnificent. So that's a testament to just his ability to learn and his coaching staff's ability to get to him. So I think you're really seeing that, and sky's the limit for him with his natural abilities, his physical tools, and then just how he's able to just progress so quickly.
All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ and make sure, of course, you subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel and catch all his coverage this weekend as the Dolphins take on the Commanders. David, have a great weekend, my brother. We will talk on Tuesday. Thank you, sir.
Good.
There you go. David Furones, Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place to get our biggest discount on a 2024 Acura. Take up to $10,000 off. $10,000 off at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 Acura dealer in the USA.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed. They're breaking into my house! Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop. No, not the TV! Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you. Get out of my house! Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Over 2,000 Toyotas are in stock and on their way to Toyota of Hollywood. Get our lowest price on every Toyota, including Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Tacoma, and RAV4. Like a 2024 Corolla LE, $19,975. Need credit? If you earn at least $500 a week, we want to say you're approved at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
old show.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
All right. Canes Wear, baby. Don't forget to use our code BIGO10. You will get 10% off anything in the store. And if you can't get close, go online, and if you order over $99, you will get free shipping. On top of using our code BIGO10, you will get 10% off at caneswear.com. And you get anything with the Canes logo on it. You can get Inter Miami gear, Messi jerseys, Panthers championship gear, Heat, all kinds of stuff. So check it out there at caneswear.com. Manny, how you feeling, man? You feeling good?
Feeling good. Oh, I mean, we are 15 days away from the start of the Canes football season, and 8 days.
Dos semanitas. Yes.
And 8 days away from college football being back, because we do have week 0 games, brother. We got Florida State, Georgia Tech in Dublin, Ireland in 8 days. So we will whet the appetite and get ready to start watching the guys play games.
Yeah, man. Looking forward. So, injury-wise, what are the concerns for the team going into the first game against the Gators?
Well, listen, at every camp, there's going to be guys that get nicked up, right? There's going to be guys that are bumps and bruises. You hope that none of them are serious. Mario has certainly kept the lid down on that. None of the reporters can pretty much report what they see in terms of red jerseys and all that kind of stuff. Personally, from what I've heard, I don't think there's any serious injuries. I don't think there's anybody who's going to miss significant time. Does that mean everybody's 1,000% healthy? No. I think the plan going into week 1 in Gainesville is to have Mark Fletcher be the complimentary back to Damian Martinez. I still think that's on schedule. I think he'll probably be on a pitch count in terms of how many snaps he sees. But look, you need him for the long haul. Again, if you're Miami, you're thinking this is a 14, 15, 16-week schedule. That's what you're hoping for. You're hoping for a deep playoff run. And so depth is important. And a guy like Mark Fletcher doesn't need to take on the lead role because you've got Damian Martinez here now.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. At least injury-wise, it doesn't look like it's a long list and all that good stuff. So it's well, I'm sure, you got to be able to pace your guys too. You know what I mean? And so you got to kind of take care of this. You know what's wrong with them. You know what date you play. Make sure you have them ready for that day.
Yeah, and I think after this last scrimmage, the one that's coming up, I think today or tomorrow, I don't know when it is exactly. It might actually be today. That'll be it. They'll settle into. They'll officially be 2 weeks out from the opener, so they'll totally turn their focus from camp to game preparation for Florida. And it'll become, the starters will get the bulk of the reps. The backups will, kind of get into a backup role. Then the guys that are going to be scout team basically go to scout team, the guys that are planning to be redshirted, et cetera. So that's what's going to happen here. You had your 2 weeks of camp. Now you have your 2 weeks of prep, and then the season gets rolling.
Who's the surprise starter?
I don't know that there really is one. A lot of these positions were solidified, I think, in the spring. I think, you're going to have Matthew McCoy at left guard. He was that was the one position on the offense that you looked at on paper and you said, who wins that job? It's either him or Samson Okunlola. I think that was determined in the spring. I think at safety, you had Jaden Harris, who's going to start next to Mish Powell at safety. When they replaced Cam Kitchens and James Williams. I think Jaden Davis, we heard it from Lance Guidry, I think the second or third day of camp that he was going to be the starter. So it's just a matter of, the coaches deciding ultimately fifth cornerback, sixth wide receiver, who comes in if somebody in the offensive line gets hurt. How do we rotate guys around? Who do we move to where? Those are the kind of questions that at the start of fall camp, they probably wanted to have answers to. And I think they've probably got answers to that now. But in terms of starters and surprises, I don't think there'll be any surprise. I think we know this is not one of those seasons where you go in there thinking, man, there's a lot of unresolved positions. This is more about depth, rotation, and who comes in off the bench if somebody gets hurt.
So what are you predicting? Because it's hard. It's hard. I hear everybody talk about 11 wins and 10 wins and for sure playoffs. And I just I need Mario to cross that threshold for me. You know what I mean? You could tell me all you want about the talent, but walk me off the edge here.
Yeah, well, I am picking them to win the conference this year. I don't know if that's going to be 10 wins. I don't know if it's going to be 11 wins. I don't know if it's going to be 12 wins, 12-0 regular season. But I think based on my intel and having conversations with people around the league, going to Charlotte, spending a week in Charlotte, talking to coaches and different people around here, and talking to the competition, talking to people at Florida State, talking to people at Louisville, NC State, the schools that are going to be pushing Miami, I think, at the top of the standings. I just get the sense Miami's better prepared. They have better depth in a lot of positions. They're one of the older teams in the league. They've got one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback. He was the preseason player of the year in Cam Ward. And they've got 3 800-yard receivers. They've got a 1,000-yard running back. On paper, this team reminds me a lot of Florida State's team from a year ago. Now, the secondary isn't as good, but I think if you were to ask me who's the favorite going in, I would pick Miami over Florida State as the second best team. And then I'd probably have a good debate about who the third best team is between Clemson, NC State, and Louisville. I don't know that any three of them have separated themselves as sort of the third best team. But I think on paper, this is the best team in the league. And I think they just have to go out and as you say, prove it and play it. The schedule is very forgiving. Yes, you got to open at Florida, who's a rival. But outside of that, there's only one ranked team on the schedule right now, and that's Florida State at home, and a trip to Louisville the week before against a Louisville team that, quite honestly, you're more talented than. You should be able to beat that Louisville team. Should have beat them last year and didn't get the job done. So shoulda, coulda, woulda. But if you ask me right now to handicap it, who's the favorite? I think Miami's the best team in the ACC.
Well, okay, so God, I just, if they lose to Florida.
Yeah,
you're
everything.
Your thing. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I got it. Listen. Oh, you've known me a long time. I call it as it is. I in the past I've told you, hey, I don't think this Miami team is that good. I told you last year I thought they would win seven games in the regular season, maybe go 8-5 with a bowl win. That's pretty much what happened. 2 years ago, I thought Mario would have done better. I thought they were an 8-win team. They were a 5-7 outfit. That was terrible. So I don't normally overhype Miami. I'm not one of those guys who every year comes out and says 10 wins and ACC championship. I haven't been that guy in a long, long time. So to me, this is more of an opinion based on what their competition is and what they have than just, hey, I believe in Miami and I like Miami.
Okay. All right. What are you working on in the Athletic?
Well, what am I not working on, brother? I feel like every day is a long day at the office. I'm working with Bruce Feldman and Sam Kahn, and we are putting together a top 100 list of transfers. And this is not based on what guys have done before. This is based on the ground intel at their new places. So you can read all the old college football preview content, and people tell you such and such guys should be good. No, we're actually talking to people at each of these schools to find out who is doing good. And so it'll be a good read for you, be really informative for the readers. That'll be coming out next week. Got lots of more preview content. I got a feature story on Florida State that I've had done for about a week and a half now that'll finally run next week. I had my picks column. I did my preseason predictions where I took the top 25 teams, wrote about every single one of them, how I expect things to go. So there's plenty of content up there, and there'll be some recruiting stuff coming here too as well.
All right, good stuff there. And don't forget, caneswear.com is the website, but you can also go to the store, which is Heaven at 2655 South University Drive in Davie. And they've always got great deals. Follow them on Twitter, by the way, at Canes_wear. So you can find out more. And remember, use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off. And if you can't go to the store, if you order over $99, you will get free shipping. That's caneswear.com. When we come back on the other side, it is time to talk about the big cheese that the Miami Hurricanes are chasing.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
We step into the world of big dreams, big moves, and big money. It's the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. After 40 years, the Big Cheese remains dedicated to serving the finest Italian dinners, pizza, pasta, subs, and salads. All of their pasta is imported from Italy and cooked fresh every day. Visit BigCheeseMiami.com. Now, let's find out who's the Big Cheese the Miami Hurricanes are working on with insider Manny Navarro.
You know what? I'll be the Big Cheese tomorrow because I'm going to take the wife tomorrow to the Big Cheese to go have some food, baby.
There you go, brother. I'm down to go tonight, man. If I can find a window, I will drive down there tonight and get some of that garlic bread, man.
Oh, that garlic bread is so. The garlic bread alone is just worth the drive. Then pasta and the bake. I'm gonna have some baked ziti is what I'm gonna have. I'm looking for.
Good choice. Good choice.
Love their baked ziti, man. It is so good. And by the way, the walls are really a Hall of Fame, so it's actually really cool because you get a lot of history while you're waiting for your food. Just take a walk around the walls and just see everything. It's history, man. It's really, 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 really cool. So check it out there at the Big Cheese. Sometimes,
by the way, I'm tightening a little cafecito here. My mother-in-law is here making cafecito, so I got to tighten it for her. She's gonna go put it on the stove. So I apologize for that timeout, brother.
It's all good. All good. It's kind of, that's what live is all about, baby. People see that we're doing our work and we're doing our life too at the same time.
That's right. That's
right. Sometimes you hit a home run when you go to the Big Cheese. But sometimes you swing and miss when you can't go to the Big Cheese. Well, looks like the Canes swung and missed with Epinesa.
Yeah, one of the best players in the country, a guy that, that I know that the coaching staff really wanted. They put a lot of effort into trying to get him top 100 defensive lineman, 5-star according to 247. But, I'm going to soften the blow for Miami fans. You signed a phenomenal recruiting class last year on the defensive line. 8 guys on that defensive line, including 3 5-stars, Justin Scott, Armando Blunt, Marquise Lightfoot. They've got blue chippers. They got a top 100. Booker Pickett is also here, an edge rusher. And then you don't stop hearing about Cole McConaughey, who was a 3-star guy. So I'm not worried about Miami's defensive line recruiting at all. They've actually got 2 guys that are already committed in this class that are really good. Herbert Scroggins out of Georgia, who's a blue chip edge rusher. Dante Simpson, who I told you a couple weeks ago, they flipped him from Hollywood Chaminade. So now people are asking me, who do they go after? I think they're going to try to flip Jarquez Carter. He's a 4-star defensive lineman out of Newberry, Florida, a guy that they had on campus for an official visit. He's been committed to Ohio State, but he followed Miami recruiting last year. They flipped a couple guys that were going to Ohio State. So I think it's not over. I would not be surprised if they make a strong, hard push for Jarquez Carter and potentially have a chance to flip him in the end. And in the end, even if they don't add a guy, they've got 10 new guys that will either be first or second year players on this defensive line. So they're going to be loaded this year. A lot of transfers. They got seven guys on the defensive line with double-digit career starts. So this year they're set. But the next generation of defensive linemen, if you're worried about that, I wouldn't be at all. They've got a tremendous room.
I wouldn't be there. Just go down the street and get the fried jumbo shrimp there at the Big Cheese. It's a 5-star right there too, bro. That's a 5-star recruit right there.
That's right.
All right. So Ben Hanks is a name of Gator lore.
Yes.
Is Ben Hanks a name of Canes lore in the future? Talk to me.
Yeah, well, Ben Hanks Sr. played linebacker at Florida. You go back to the 90s. He's been a coach at Booker T. Washington High School for a long time, and now his son is a blue chip defensive back guy that everybody in the country likes as a player. He's basically down to the Gators. He's down to Miami, and he's down to Louisville. All of my intel suggests that he is going to pick the Gators when he announces today at 4 p.m. But if he goes anywhere else, it's probably Louisville. If I were a Miami fan, I wouldn't necessarily worry about it. Again, I think they've done a great job recruiting the position. This last cycle, they signed 5 DBs, including Zaquan Patterson, who's a top 100 guy. They got Ryan Mack, who's a 4-star cornerback out of St. Thomas Aquinas. And then this cycle, they've already got 5 commitments as well at defensive back. Hilton Stubbs, he's the top-ranked recruit in the class, top 50 overall, top 100 quarterback Jabari Antoine out of Louisiana, and they've got 4 stars Chris Ewald and Amari Wallace. So, again, this is just adding sugar to the pot. The same thing with Iose Epinesa. I think if you can somehow pull Ben Hanks out of this, it would just be sugar on top of sugar because you've already got really good recruiting classes.
Yeah, man, I'm with you there. I'm looking forward to seeing if they can continue to build. If they succeed this year, man, their recruiting classes are going to explode. If they have the success you think they're going to have and win the conference, then their recruiting is about to explode. And part of that is the Canes connection and the NIL department. So we got news there. What's going on? What's up with the big cheeses there?
Well, they keep signing guys, which obviously is what you want, right? You sign all of these freshmen to your recruiting class. They want to come here. They want to get paid. They want to make sure they get all their promises delivered, and that's what's happening now. So for the last couple of weeks, you've seen all the freshmen who started classes here in the fall sign their NIL deals. Since our last show on Friday, they've announced several more signings. Dalen Russell, the defensive lineman out of Miami Columbus, who is a freshman now there at Miami. Ryan Mack, who I mentioned earlier from St. Thomas Aquinas, he signed. You had Justin Scott, the 5-star defensive lineman, sign his deal. And then Juan Manaya, the offensive tackle out of New Jersey that the coaches were super excited about. So, 4 new freshmen added to the payroll, so to speak. And, I keep telling people, I think On3 came out with their list of the strongest collectives in college football, and Miami was top 4, right up there with Oregon, Texas, and Ohio State. And I keep telling people, part of this certainly is Mario Cristobal and his dogged recruiting style. The fact that he's texting guys at 4 a.m, and when he gets up and calling mom and dad and checking on family and just the effort that they do. But obviously, you also have to be able to bankroll this all, right? In modern college football, you got to be able to take care of guys. And the fact that Canes Connection is doing its job and signing these guys to deals, and there's no controversy and there's no issues. I think that's you have to have that. You got to have hand in hand, and Mario's got that rolling.
Harvey, it's that crazy coach. He's on the line. What? Sweetheart, it's 5 a.m. and he's calling. Is he on drugs? No, Mom. Yeah. Cuban coffee. He's Cuban.
Yeah, brother. It really is like that, man. I've had so many kids tell me that Mario is just, and it's text message. He won't call anybody at 4 a.m, but still, I mean, imagine. You wake up and at 4 a.m, you look and you're like, holy.
Disconnect that goddamn phone. That coach won't stop calling.
Basically, yeah, man.
7 a.m. on a Sunday. Doesn't that man ever sleep?
Yeah. I got to imagine Mrs. Cristobal is not the happiest camper when she's hearing her husband's phone ring. But she's got no doubts. He's not calling other women, dude. It's recruits. It's high school kids, and he's reaching at all hours of the night.
It's just like that Allstate commercial or State Farm or whatever.
Yeah, State Farm. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you wearing right now? Khakis. You know, just like, what's going
Khakis
on?
and a green and orange logo on my shirt, on my polo.
What are you doing? I'm on with a recruit. It's 3:30 in the morning. Like, I mean, it's a great excuse. If he ever does want to cheat, it's a great excuse because everybody knows
Get away with it.
7. Yeah, exactly. So he just never stops. Anyway, it's like the Big Cheese. Over 40 years, they never stop. So make sure you visit them. 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Follow this man on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. We will catch up next Friday with another Big Cheese NIL and recruiting report. Appreciate you, my man.
Anytime. I gotta get to that cafecito, bro. It smells so good in here right now.
I can imagine. I can imagine. All right. Have a great weekend, my brother.
You too, man.
You've been listening to the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. At the Big Cheese Miami, they continue to purchase the same high-quality ingredients that the most expensive Italian restaurants use. The difference is they serve large portions at a family price. Visit the Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue in Miami. Call 305-662-6855 or go to thebigcheesemiami.com. Go Canes!
All right. Thank you. Yes, the Big Cheese. They know how to get it done. So does Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. We're there twice a month, rocking and rolling. And folks, we are halfway through the month. So make sure you go check it out and get electrified with the ZDX. They've got it right now, $499, all approved leases right now, 0.9% financing up to 72 months. If you're a loyalty customer, a Conquest or loyalty customer with Acura, you can get it for $469 a month, but still a great deal, 0.9% financing for 72 months. The 2024 RDX, we still have a few. Take advantage, $399 a month and 3.9% financing for 60 months. The 2025 Integra, it's in. You can get it for $349 a month, and it is in stock for immediate delivery. Go check it out. Go check out the fleet of certified pre-owned vehicles. And if you own or lease an Acura, our service center, led by Mike Chan and Jordan Ferber, are absolutely second to none. So go check it out at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Finest dealership in the business, baby. No better Acura dealership out there than Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. All right. By the way, great job by you guys supporting NorCal. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. The Cancer Challenge. I love it. There it is. There is the QR code to help our guy out in NorCal and raise money for a great cause. And he wants to do 420 burpees in 3 hours. 377 is his record. So he's going for a personal best. Let's do our personal best to support him. It's for a great cause. It's for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. And, you know, he does a lot of stuff with the Dolphins, and he does a lot of stuff with Dolphin clubs and all that. NorCal is a huge supporter of everybody. Helped us go to Seattle, by the way. So, you know, we thank him for all of that. So, you know, this is a great way for all of us. I donated. All of us can donate and help out NorCal, and we crushed his number. Let's keep crushing it, man. It's for a great cause. And by the way, you get to write it off. So if you donate $5 or $10 or $50 or $100 or $500, whatever you can afford to donate, you get to write it off anyways. So you help out NorCal. It goes for a great cause because, as Ocala Joe put perfectly, stupid ass cancer affects all of us. Okay, I lost my best friend to cancer. Okay, My friend that, I was hanging out for 40 years with. I thought me and Bill would be like 75 years old each and still talking about all the things we've done all the way back from high school all the way through. I kind of took it for granted. Fucking cancer. Anyway, lost my uncle to cancer. So, I just hate cancer. We all hate cancer. So this is all for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, and NorCal's taking it on. And so this is his personal burpees challenge. And so he is a maniac. So let's help him out. There's the QR code. Make your donation. And be proud because you did your job to help fight cancer. So we all got to do a little bit, just a little something, something. GP Trap, happy Friday, my brother. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Let's see what else. Big O, you, Sean, and the chat crew are all the people that make things happen. Y'all put a hurt on me and cancer. We're at 480, huh? No, but we could go higher. We can go higher. Let's go. We could kick. We want to kick cancer's ass, right? So let's kick ass for NorCal here and the NorCal Dolphin Club, and let's raise it, baby. Let's go. Let's keep raising money. Let's help out NorCal. We beat his number. Let's shatter it, man. Shatter. Let's not give up. Okay. My donation came after he beat the number. So let's go. Let's keep beating it, dude. Farrell Edmonds is still with us. Thank you, Oscar. I appreciate that. Yater Castro says, good morning, Big O and Sean. Let's get this Friday going. Just a friendly reminder, this is the Big O show, not George or anyone else's show. Jamar Chase was dropping passes his rookie season at first. Malik will be fine. Yeah, I'm not worried. I know there's some panic out there. Some guy sent me like a DM that was panic. He goes, dude, I don't think Malik is going to be on the 53. And I'm like, brother, he'll be on the 53. He'll be fine. Relax. Yeah, I'm the first one to tell you. He's dropped too many passes for my liking. But he's not James Pruitt, and he's not Derek Hagan. So let's get to our 3A Graphics Sports Calendar. We love Alan Blanco custom printing and embroidery. If your company needs it, man, call them. Hats, uniforms, shirts. Man, you've got a company get-together. You want to make some shirts for it, picnic. You're going on a trip. You all are going to Disney World or somewhere, and you all want to wear the same shirts or whatever. 3A Graphics can get that done for you. 786-618-1443. That's 786-618-1443. Inter Miami will be back in action Saturday, August 24th, 7 o'clock at Chase Stadium. They will host Cincinnati. Hell of a match to start off the second half of the season. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Game 2 of the preseason for the Miami Dolphins. They will host the Commanders. They are favored by 5. The over and under is 38. Commanders are plus 190 on the money line, and the Dolphins are minus 230 on the money line. MLS Cup. Let's see. Winner, by the way, the odds are out. Inter Miami is plus 175 to win the MLS Cup title. The Galaxy's 900. FC Cincinnati, who they take on the 24th, is plus 100. LAFC is plus 500. The Crew is plus 1,100. They just lost to the Columbus Crew. And Real Salt Lake is plus 1,200. In WNBA basketball, you can catch it on the Ion channel tonight at 7:30. Caitlin Clark and the Fever will host the Mercury. Fever are favored by 4. Over and under is 174. Mercury plus 145 on the money line. The Fever is minus 175 on the money line. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. What else? NorCal says words can't express his gratitude to all. There you go. So those of you that donated, you guys are awesome. Those of you that can donate, let's go, man. Let's kill it. Let's do it. Let's crush it. Does anybody have an opinion on what crypto will look like under Kamala's presidency? The only thing I can guess right now is that you're going to be taxed more by Kamala. That's the only thing, because that's what I can count on for Democrats to do. So they will tax more. She's already talking about a 28% tax or some shit like that. And by the way, the price control stuff on supermarkets and all that doesn't work. Doesn't work. You know what works? Stop printing money. Okay? That's what works. That's where our inflation is coming from. Our last two presidents have printed $16 trillion. That's where the inflation comes from. I ran a supermarket for 2 years. It was called Chrome Supermarket on 197th Avenue and Chrome Avenue. Okay? And the margins in a supermarket are small. I want you to know. They're not major margins. So supermarkets aren't ripping you off. Now, maybe Campbell's is, maybe Johnson & Johnson is. But if you're going to try to, go after supermarkets and like what she's talking about, that makes no sense either. Look, whatever, bro. I don't care about either party, but I see the faults in both of them, what they do and how they both destroy us. You know what I mean? I'm not a fanboy of either side. You know what I'm saying? If anybody listens and pays attention, I'm not, I'll be objective. I'll tell you Trump's going to be Biden, and now I'll tell you Harris is going to be Trump. It's all, but whatever. You know what I tell you? Bitcoin. Not a financial advisor. Bitcoin. None of them know what the hell's going on because they refuse to actually address the real issue. So what can I tell you? And the other idiot wants tariffs on everything coming in. Well, then guess who ends up paying the taxes on that tariffs anyways? We do. Because everything goes up. Because then you put tariffs on everything that comes in. So then you monopolize what's here gets monopolized, and then they get to control the money, and then they get to charge whatever the hell they want because there's no real capitalism. Yeah, it's just and I'm not an economist, dude. I am not an economist. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an economist, but man, I've got the information and I'm nothing. But whatever. Pat in Nashville says he just donated. There you go. Pat in Nashville's a freaking stud and a half. So Kyle, that's all I can tell you, dude. You know what I mean? Neither one's going to help you. They're both going to bury you and hurt you and, so whatever. Let's see. Miles Deep. Tommy Rockers. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to Vegas this year. They're not playing the Raiders. So no, I don't think so. Not this year, my brother. Not this. Yeah, the Raiders are here, right? Is that what that is? Yeah, the Raiders are here, doggy. So no, there could be a chance, some miracle that we could go to another road game. I think the only other road game that we could go to would be the Houston one. The Patriot one isn't worth it. I'd love to go to the Jet one, but it just the dynamics of it are not friendly. That one we need it to be early in the season so we don't have the elements being, that's why the LA one, the Rams, we're going to be able to do stuff outside because, come on, dude, it's LA. At that time, 0% chance of bad weather pretty much, So, yeah, something like that. But no, we probably won't go to LA. I mean, to Vegas this at least this year. 2025, yeah, I think there's a possibility. I can make an excuse for Sean and I to go to Vegas. I can always come up with an excuse. You know what I'm saying? J.O. Spina says, does your crystal ball tell you that Pochettino gets the U.S. men's past the round 16? I say no because it's the easiest guess to have. I don't believe anybody's going to turn it around, but we'll see. I hope so. Dude. I've been waiting forever for it. Let's see. Have gotten 2 Dolphin hats with the old logo this year. Need to add more. That's it, George. That's the attitude. That's the attitude. NorCal's going to be sore as hell after doing all those burpees. Yeah, but we're going to be winners because we donated to his cause. He'll be sore. He'll be happy that he raised a nice amount of money. He'll make a donation, and we'll be all proud that we all chipped in to help out for a great cause. You know what I'm saying? So that's what matters. That's what matters. Let's see. Mace Taggart says, salute to you, Big O in NorCal. Lost all my uncles, my aunts, my mom is fighting as we speak. Salute to the chat room. Yeah. We got to do our part, man. We have to do our part. And the Dolphin Cancer Challenge is such a great cause. Inter Miami should be one of the favorites. They've only lost 3 games since May. Haven't really had a healthy squad for most of the year. I know. Jonathan Jensen, Big O Radio Show. Any insight on the AI Genius token by any chance? No, I don't know anything about the AI Genius token or an AI Genesis token. I don't know anything about it, so I'd be lying to you, my friend. I'm sorry. Somebody else mentioned something else on investing that I saw when I was talking, but at that moment I was talking with Manny, and there were some other coins people talked about, and again, I think it was Toncoin. Toncoin's a very good one, but I don't have any. But yeah, it's a very good one. But I gave it I gave the basics to people out there. Once we start getting into Polygon and Toncoin and Neutron and whatever, a whole bunch of other ones, then we start getting into different altcoins. But to make it easy for people that start, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Clean your hands. You don't have to think. You don't have to try anything. Just keep buying those. And that's it. That was the point of that one. I'm a fan of democracy not being ruled by a dictator. Well, only one guy in history, not Jimmy Carter, not Ronald Reagan, not Barack Obama, not George Bush Jr., not George Bush Sr. Only one guy has ever said that he wants to be a dictator. Only one guy, what's it called? Is complementary to dictators. Only one guy wants to destroy the Constitution. So, no Republican or Democrat ever did that. None. Only one guy. I never heard Reagan say, hey, white hate group, stand back and stand by. Never heard. Did you guys ever see Reagan do that? I never saw it. Did you ever see Jimmy Carter do that? Did you ever see Obama do that? Did Did you ever see George Bush Jr. do that? I'm trying to remember. Any of them ever say that? I don't know. Did any of those presidents ever say that the Presidential Medal of Freedom given to, a billionaire donor is more important? It's much better. Let me quote it. Much better than the Congressional Medal of Honor given to soldiers. I don't know, man. Did Clinton say that? Did Obama say that? Did Bush say that? Did Reagan say that? Did Kennedy say that? Did Lyndon Johnson say that? No. No, just one guy. One guy. Simple math. One guy. Only one guy is un-American. The rest, you could choose sides on the other ones. I don't really care. But only one guy. It's interesting. Just one guy. Nobody else. By the way, isn't it interesting how every other president pretty much gets the support of all the presidents on their sides except one guy? One guy has no presidents behind him from his own party. One guy. I just, it's the math is so overwhelming. I mean, your level of stupidity, if you can't pick up on it, one guy. Not about Republicans, not about Democrats. One guy. Oh, man. That is awesome. Think Blue Dodger says, listen to Big O in this LA traffic sparking up. Let's see. For a guy that promotes himself as a no problem taking a side, it's kind of weird how you play the middle of the road with politics. It's binary choice, and it's obvious which side is worse for Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, yes. You could say the Democrats are worse for Bitcoin. Yes. Because Republicans are way open for Bitcoin. I mean, not Trump. Trump doesn't know anything. He's a dumbass. But dude, are you kidding me? Without Cynthia Lummis, we're lost. Without Tom Emmer, we're freaking lost. Without Patrick McHenry, we are lost. So yeah, no, I know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? What I laugh at is all of the wussies that can't look at their own problems, and all they do is point at everybody else. And yet they can't look at the thing that they support. That's all. The cowardness. But again, this is also because, a lot of those people have the hateful thinking that guy has. So, two peas in a pod. That just happens. Racist people will gravitate to racist people. Yeah. You don't have a lot of people that are going to think like that. So, one guy. Anyway. Oh, with our politicians, common sense isn't so common anymore. Oh, my God, yes. It's laughable. Watching Dems who are lost and watching those far-right fools. So, yeah. Anyway. So, Stevenson Lee, sports excellent, but your politics lacks. Yeah. Why, bro? Because you're a tight ass? What happened? Let's see. Most don't belong to the club. He has his own money, can't control him. That's a good thing, just like nobody controls you. What are you talking about? Are you saying that Trump doesn't get controlled? He just said publicly He's not for electric cars, but he has to because Elon Musk made a donation. He publicly told you he just got bought. He was against TikTok, and he met with the #1 American billionaire supporter, owner of TikTok, okay? And he changed his mind on TikTok. The problem, Stevenson Lee, my brother, is that you're stupid. You're uneducated. You're uninformed, my brother. And that's a disease that runs with your section of people. You're uneducated. So if you're talking about the orange guy not being bought, brother, he just talked about being bought just a couple of days ago. But again, you're too lost in your little parties and all that shit, bro. Stevenson, the worst thing you could ever do is be a Democrat or a Republican and try to get into a discussion with me, because I'm going to slice you up one way or the other. I'm going to treat you like OJ in Brentwood, because I have all the ammo. You don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you're not very smart, my brother. You open your mouth and you say stupid shit. Can't be bought. And the guy just told you he was bought last week. Like, wow. Anyway, but we're good with that already. But support our guy, NorCal. That's more important than these morons who are uneducated. Anyway, let's move on. What did you guys pump it up? Let me see the number. What do we got? It was 480 last time I checked. Look at that. We're at 500. Let's go. Okay, I like it. We're at 500. Let's go. Let's get to 600. Let's get to 600 with NorCal. Okay? You got the QR code there. Let's get to 600 for NorCal. Still recovering from this damn cold. All right, so we got Commanders and Dolphins tomorrow. We get our first action with TUA in a game with the boys. I'm not so much concerned about that. I'm more concerned about watching the offensive line, because that Wynn probably will not be there for the opener. So you're gonna want to measure what's going on the left side there. Kendall Lamb, I would imagine, get some playing time, and then you got to get Patrick Paul in there, because now Patrick Paul has to grow up faster, because you unfortunately lost Keon. Now you don't have the luxury, although Patrick Paul's kind of told you, yeah, I don't need to be brought along slowly. You can, bring it, and I'm good. Yeah. So, he's handled it really, really well. And then the Eichenberg stuff, I give them the benefit of the doubt here. I trust them on this, as I've said, and I think Eichenberg is going to have a good season for them. And he actually played well in the preseason game. Let's see what happens now when the season rolls, because really this stuff doesn't count, but you do want a solid performance overall. You want the snapping, you want all of that stuff to really come together. So let's hope that the O-line and some of the other cats on the O-line, perform well. And then you want to see Chop, you want to see Kamara, you want to see all these young guys. You want to see the Gallimores of the world, all those kind of cats. This game and next week's practice, not the game itself, because that last game you're not really going to risk a lot of people. But ladies and gentlemen, what's really important is to win at the line of scrimmage. And we've got to see that there isn't much of a drop-off without Christian Wilkins, that they can, do the job, and that they can get after the quarterback. While you wait for the return of Phillips and Chubb, and Chubb's not going to be there early on, but Phillips will be there, but Phillips will be there on a part-time basis. So he'll be given piecemeal, and then it'll increase as the season goes on. But we can't put a ton of expectations on Jalen Phillips. It's just not fair to the young man. You know what I'm saying? As freakish as it may look and all that kind of stuff, we can't put that kind of, expectations on the kid. But we want to see other guys, step up. Quentin has got to step up. We want to see what these other cats have, all of a sudden, and see if you got something that can be sustainable until you can get your defensive ends back. And by the way, Chop has played all over the place. Inside, outside, it's been pretty cool to see. Coverage, all kinds of stuff. Sean, do me a favor. Give me 15 seconds, please.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right, we are back. Thank you. Had to clear my nose. By the way, we are hitting the road. We have 2 of our locations set, okay? First of all, we're going to be, you've got the walk-ons. Let's first talk about walk-ons. Walk-ons, we're going to be there 6 times this year so far. Maybe they step up and do more, but we'll be there for the first 2 weeks of the regular season for the Jags game and the Bills game. So come on out to walk-ons. We'll have all kinds of prizes and giveaways like I always do after every quarter. We'll MC and have some fun. Great food, great service, TVs everywhere. It's awesome. They even have a patio outside and all that good stuff. So catch us there for the 6 games. It'll be the first 2 Jags and the Bills, the 2 Patriot games, the Raiders game, and the Browns game. Okay, those are the 6 games that we're going to be there. Browns game is the second to last game of the year. So check it out and mark it down. Join us at Walk-Ons. If you haven't, well, you've been missing out, bro. We have a lot of fun when we're at Walk-Ons. And then we're going to hit the road. We're going to be in Buffalo. We're going to be at the River Pub in Buffalo, and it is owned by a Dolphins fan. Husband and wife, one's a Dolphins fan, one's a Buffalo fan, and they got a portion of the bar all dressed up in Dolphin gear, merino jersey and everything on the wall. I'll be broadcasting from there for our pre- and post-game show. It's in Niagara, so it's about 40 minutes from the stadium. So it's a little bit of a drive. So if you are going out to the game, you can join us after. Or if you live in that Rochester, Buffalo, Niagara area, all that area there, and you're not going to go to the game, dude, come on out to the River Pub, and we'll bring some prizes. We'll have some fun and some giveaways and all that good stuff. So come on out, man. Let's have some fun there at the River Pub. And then in Indianapolis, we're going to be doing our pre- and post-game show at the Tavern on South. Now, Sports Babe 305 is also going to be there. She's going to be hosting a pre-game party, and she's got a whole spread and all kinds of stuff. And you can contact her if you want to take advantage of all of that. And it's from 10 a.m. to noon. Our show, by the way, is 11 to 1. So it's different for us. We'll be there a little later, and then, we'll be there from the beginning because we'll be there. Sean will be preparing and all that stuff and setting everything up. So we'll be there by 10 a.m. easily. But I'm saying we go always on at 11 to 1. And so she's got a full buffet, open bar, And it's got meatballs with teriyaki, smoked wings, mozzarella sticks, flatbread pizza, full taco and nacho bar, salads, cheeseburger sliders, kettle chips, brownies, and cookies. NorCal, not your kind of brownies. So if you want to enjoy the Finvasion tailgate and hang out with us, so Sports Babe 305 will be hosting it all, and on the food side and all that, and then we're there for just entertainment purposes. So we will do our pre and post game shows. So like Adam Pinkser, who I know is on the chat board a lot of times and a great supporter of our show, and I know he's an indie guy because we ran into him when we were at the Combine. I don't know, Adam, what was it, like 3-4 years ago, some shit like that. Anyway, so I'm sure Adam will go. And any of you Dolphins in the Indianapolis area, if you're going to the game, you could join us before or after. Or if you're not going to the game, you can join us before or after. Sean and I, after we're done with the pregame, we are going to walk over to the stadium and enjoy the game a little bit and then come back and all that good stuff. So we will cheat a little bit. We will enjoy ourselves because we'll be able to do it for the LA Rams game and for this game. And I think Seattle, we're trying to rig it also. Seattle, we've got a place that we're going to broadcast from. Oh, by the way, we do have a place in California. I don't know if you've done, I sent you that stuff for California. California! We're going to be at a place called Sharky's, I think it's called. Let me see if I can pull up the tweet. There it is. There it is. So, but this is the day before the game that will be at Sharky's. Where the hell is it? I thought I had it right here. And then it disappeared. It disappeared. Like it wasn't even fair even. Here it is. Baja Sharky's, Sunday, November 10th. We're going to be there at Baja Sharky's, 52 Pier Avenue in Hermosa Beach, California. And we'll be there, the Dolphin Takeover. And Solo D will be headlining with a performance there. Of course, NorCal is going to be there also, a.k.a. Mark Angelo. I'll be broadcasting live. The SoCal Fin Club is hosting it. In the Mix, DJ Worth is also going to be jamming. So you can join us. If you're a SoCal Dolphin, you can go to the Dolphins Takeover there at Baja Sharky's. How about that? And the event starts at 8 o'clock. So that means, God damn, Sean, when we go broadcasting, that means like it'll start here like at 11 o'clock at night. Anyway, we'll have some fun with that, and maybe we'll take a couple cameras and we'll try to put one of them. Maybe we can pot it also through our board, and we can pump up the jams, pump it up, okay, and have some fun. Not the DJ stuff because for sure we'll get tagged, but the Solo D stuff, if it's his own stuff, we won't get tagged, right? I think, right? If I'm guessing, I guess. I don't know. Not sure.
We got hit during the season when we played Solo D.
No shit.
Yeah, we had to trim some of it.
Wow. Okay, so then maybe we can't do it. Damn it. What a shame. Because Solo D's so good, man. Does such a great job. Really talented. By the way, don't forget, you can support the hell out of our show. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can always make a Bitcoin donation, and we always appreciate a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Thank you all out there. Tierre Tart signs with the Chargers after being released by the Miami Dolphins. So John Madden they're going to have a John Madden movie, and acting-wise, this guy can do whatever the hell he wants. But I guess that they're going to have to go like heavy makeup, right? They picked Nicolas Cage to play John Madden. The mannerisms and all that, dude, I trust Nicolas Cage will become John Madden. But oh my God, the amount of makeup that they've got to put on that man every day in order to look like John Madden. That's going to be one of those where you're in the you're on the seat for like 3-4 hours a day before you even start working. And apparently Will Ferrell, which kind of has, that chubby face, so there's more to work with there for John Madden, and Hugh Jackman were also considered. In the article, they mentioned John Goodman, which is kind of an obvious one. It's a really good one, don't get me wrong. I'm not picking on it, but that's a great one. It's an obvious one that, like, he kind of has a little bit of the John Madden look to him with the cheeks and all that. So that kind of may work. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's lost his share of weight too. But like, who else? Is there somebody that you could think of that could play John Madden that also kind of looks like him? Like, okay, they already went with the actor that doesn't look like him because they went with the actor, right? They went with Nicolas Cage's money. He can act and do whatever the hell he wants. Okay, so I don't think any of us are going to disagree with that one. But who's the guy that's out there that you could think of that might have the acting chops and has the look? Who would that be? What else do we have? Let's see. Michael Mata says, just bought a couple of tees from your shop site. Can't wait. Oh, thank you, Michael. That is very nice of you. Thank you. It's a great way to support us. Thank you. Big O, when does Will Fuller come back? He has to play this season for community service for robbery. Damn food and an open bar for 80. That's a steal and dangerous. LOL. Come on out, bro. Yeah, bro. Drinking food. Come on out. And you get to meet 305 Sports Babe. She's cool. Ashley's cool. So come on out, man. And we'll be out there, so we get to meet with you all. And if you want to take any pics or ask me any crazy ass Dolphin questions, we're there for you. Yeah, John Candy. Yeah, but he's dead. But yeah, John Candy definitely would be another obvious great pick for that. I'm trying to think of somebody now that may have the look with the acting chops, because you pick Nicolas Cage. I can't argue acting. I have no discussion there. You picked one of the best actors out there, a guy that can just be a chameleon and do whatever the hell he wants to do. It's just, wow, can you avoid all the makeup? That much makeup. That's a lot of makeup. Nick Cage is tremendous and long legs and pig. He can do it. Look at Colin Farrell's makeup as a pig. No, I get it. I'm just being lazy, Pat. I'm just saying, who's the guy that kind of looks like him, so you don't have to have 5 hours makeup, 4 hour makeup, 3 hour makeup chairs, every day. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Who's the guy that's alive that can literally play it right now and has to have the acting chops? Okay? Because John Daly may look a little like him, but he doesn't have the acting chops. Well, again, we need alive. Yeah, no, well, we already talked about John Goodman. Love Raising Arizona was an awesome movie, dude. Awesome movie. Brendan Gleeson would be a good choice. Is that the guy from the Family thing? What's that called? The Modern Family? Is that the guy, the heavy set guy? Because that's what it sounds like. Because I'm not sure what his name is. Gleason. Let me put it here. Oh, no. But that's not, dude, that's a good one, bro. Wow, I never even thought I know exactly who he is. That's an outstanding pick, dude. He even has the reddish features, bro. You freaking knocked it out of the park. Wow. You shaved the beard. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. He doesn't look like a tall dude. That's the only thing that probably Madden has on him, that Madden was a bigger, but in camera you can play with that, with the shooting angles and all that kind of stuff. So that's a really good one. And the acting chops are there. So yeah. Wow. I like that one. Big O, if you ever go to the Big Chill, I think it would be a mob setup. I think it will be like Fredo setting up Jimmy Johnson's boat. LOL. Yeah. I don't think you'll ever catch me doing a show at the Big Chill. Just something tells me. Not, by the way, not something I really want to do anyways. There's no need for it. So I have no interest whatsoever to do it. That's the good thing for me. How can starters get into game shape when they hardly play? Well, Finn rule, that's just the NFL nowadays, my friend. The first month of the season is kind of getting all the kinks out and getting in tackling shape and all that kind of stuff, dude. What can I tell you, my friend? That's life, and all 32 teams do the same thing nowadays. Everybody saves their guys for the start of the season. So yeah. Sean Stanley would be I would have to agree with that. He does have the acting chops. Jesse Clemens. Who's Jesse Clemens? Okay. All right. He just has to add the weight. Whereas the Gleason guy is already a wide-faced guy. But this works because he has the reddish look. So, yes, definitely. And there are some pictures where he's a little chubbier and he's got more of a round face. So does he have the round face or does he have the skinny face right now? That's the thing. If he has a round face, he definitely, oh my God, that's a good one, bro. It's a good one. I've seen this guy. Okay. I like it, Ray. Not bad. The guy from Kings of Queens, yes. He lost weight also, but yeah. These guys are better because they have that the reddish feature already going in. And so the John Madden from the Raiders, these guys, these two guys that you guys have mentioned, Plemons and what's the other guy? Gleason. They have that natural look of the coach. Let's see, John Candy. Yeah, no, I know, but it's about people that are alive. Big O, now we need an actor to play Al Davis. Oh man, Al Davis. That's somebody should play Al Davis. That's one of the 5 most important figures in the history of the NFL. The sad part is that most people remember the last 20 kooky years for Al Davis, and those last 20 years did a disservice to who he is and what he means to the sport of professional football. Okay? Al Davis is the man, bro. In every way, shape, and form. from building up the sport of football to getting minorities involved in football, not just black players, but I'm talking about coaches and women, okay? Coaches of color, of Hispanic race, of women in pro sports. The Raiders broke every glass ceiling that ever existed in pro sports. And Al Davis deserves all the credit for that. Okay? That man truly was about winning, and it didn't matter what you looked like, where you came from, and all that. He talked it, and he truly walked it. I feel terrible for the Raider Nation. I feel horrible for Al Davis because his last quarter century just really did not resemble the freaking stud and a half that this guy was for this league. Coach, recruiter, commissioner, you name it, dude. Ambassador, just face of the league, you name it. The aura he created that still exists to this day with the Raiders. That's Al Davis, bro. All those players were part of it, but without Al Davis, none of that exists. You know, so I feel in a way, those of us that really follow the sport, you know how important that guy is. Like, I'm telling you, one of the 5 most important people in the history of the game is Al Davis. And he won't be looked at like that by younger people because they probably won't know his history and they won't realize the pillar he is of everything that went on. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. It really is. But I wish somebody would play Al Davis and play the stuff that matters, not when he got old. Not the stuff, because we're all going to get old. We're all going to be out of touch at one point or another. That's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. And unfortunately, it happened to him, but it happens in public. And it's just that much uglier, and it magnifies. So, Bryan Cranston's not bad. You got to add the more makeup, but yeah, it's not hell. The chops are there. That's for sure. Oh, watch a Civil War Plemons scene. It's absolutely amazing. He's such a good actor. Yeah, okay. I'll check it out. Big O, us old timers know what Al Davis meant to the NFL and to America. It's he doesn't get enough credit, man. He just doesn't get enough love. There should be like an Al Davis day in the NFL. I'm not kidding you. There should be a day like a Jackie Robinson, like that kind of shit. I'm dead freaking serious about this. There should be an Al Davis day in the NFL. AFL, NFL, black players, black coaches, Hispanic coaches, women. They all should be grateful to him. He's the guy that opened the portal to the rest of the league. He's the guy that first did it, and then everybody else then followed suit on everything else. When he started to help build the AFL, he was like, oh, the NFL doesn't go to black colleges. Guess what? We're going to go to black colleges because we're going to go recruit the best players, period. End of story. We don't give a shit what they look like. You watch his interviews from the 60s. He doesn't give a shit. Doesn't care. Never did. Never did. Credit to him. You know, you can talk it, but do you really walk it? You could talk equality. You could talk that you're going to give everybody an equal opportunity, but do you really do it? What's your track record? Go check his. You know what I'm saying? So there should be an Al Davis day in the NFL where everybody celebrates what that man meant to this game and the doors that he opened that nobody will ever come close because he broke all the glass ceilings already. He broke them all, shattered them, crushed them, embarrassed everybody else. Well, why aren't you going to bring black players onto your team? The NFL back in the day before Al Davis, they had 2 or 4 players on each team. No more than that. And they only had 2 or 4. And do you know why it was 2 or 4? Because that's how they would room. You know what Al Davis did? You know what Sid Gilman did? You know what Hank Stram did? No, none of that color shit. No. You guys are rooming on your positions. You're all linebackers? Great. Whatever colors you are, you're all getting together. You're all offensive linemen. You're all quarterbacks. You're all receivers. We don't give a shit what color you are. You know? That's Al Davis, dude. So, Al Davis, there should be a movie. And there should be a movie about everything that he did. Not the bullshit at the end, bro. Just like that shouldn't even be talked about. Shouldn't even be mentioned. It's a disservice to him because we all get old. And now you're gonna make fun of the moment that you don't really have it anymore. That's not fair to him. When he had it, he was the man. He was the personality. He was the face. He was the man. He had the culture. When we talk about culture, you may not agree with it, but it was their culture. And it was successful for them. They might have led the league in penalties, but they still found a way to win and win championships. I don't give a shit how you win it, dude. You want to be a badass? You want to be an ultimate, straight by the book, whatever. I don't give a crap. Win. Just win, baby. Yeah. There should be an Al Davis one. Would be phenomenal. Actually, Troy, that's a very good point on your part. Cage would make an excellent Davis. Has kind of that long face that Davis had. And you give him the glasses with the hangings. Oh, I'm with you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, when he was playing Elvis in Vegas, he kind of looked like Al Davis. So, yeah. Yeah, you just kind of changed the garb on there. The glasses were already there. Yeah, dude, I like that. That's a good call on your part. Very good call. The player I'm watching the most in tomorrow's game is Cam Smith. Well, he's only a couple of practices removed from an injury. I'm not sure how much they'll let him play full speed because he's an injury-prone player already so far. Maybe he's not. It's just the first year and something. Poor kid has dealt with a lot of shit. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if they'll play him a ton, my friend. I really don't. Really don't. They might play him some, but, and let's hope he has some good moments at least. But I don't know if he'll play a lot, because a person like that, you pace them back. You don't overload them because, the history is there, unfortunately. Let's see. I like to recall the Raider-Chiefs wars in the 60s, 70s, Madden, Davis versus Stram, Lamar, Hunt. Yes, definitely. What an ugly truth to treat someone different because of the color of their skin. Disgusting. Yeah. Or just because when you make it an issue, when you're worried about somebody's nationality or color, and that's, you know what you are now. We know what you are. That's a good thing about, it's a good thing about when you have a Harris or an Obama running, or the true colors of certain people come out, So it's kind of the way it is. And Al Davis knew the true colors of many people out there were bad, but he didn't see color. He saw football. He said, I got to win. Okay, that guy's going to help me win, not that guy. Okay, this guy happens to be black. That guy happens to be white. So be it. I want to win, And that's what it should be, right? It's who's best qualified. And if it happens to be somebody that's Asian or female or white or black or green or yellow, then so be it. That's what Al Davis was all about. Who's the best person? Okay. Oh, you've got 3 eyes? All right. No wonder you're the best person. Let's go. Yeah. No, this guy's the best receiver. Yeah, he's a Martian. He's got 3 arms. I don't give a shit. That would have been Al Davis. Al Davis would have hired the first Martian on his team. Didn't care. Let's see. John Candy left us too soon. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, he did. Very funny, man. Oh, thank God we finally have linebackers. I agree. Love our linebackers. I think Jordan Brooks is going to have a terrific season. So I'm with you. I like what I'm seeing from our linebackers. I like the team overall. I like the roster that I'm seeing. The one thing that I'll tell you, and I keep telling you, is I can't predict how they're going to perform because none of us really can. So I can only go based on talent and then say, okay, this is what you should win. And if you stay healthy enough, you should be pretty close to that number. And that's why I'm probably leaning in the 11-12 range for this team. They got enough talent to win. Now they just got to put it together. I think the front office has done an awesome job. And they always find undrafted guys that they can develop, which is absolutely beautiful. Let me get to some music. Always love talking a little musica. Let's start off with them birthdays. Why don't we? And start off with musicians' birthdays. On August 16th, musicians born on this date. Young Thug, American rapper, born in 1991 on this date. Bob Hardy, bassist for the Scottish indie rock band Franz Ferdinand. Madonna Louise Veronica Ciccone, singer, actress, songwriter, all kinds of good stuff, born on this date in 1958. Tim Ferriss, a band that I never saw in concert, and I always will have regrets for this one, and that is In Excess. Tim Ferriss is the guitarist for In Excess, and obviously losing Michael Hutchins was just brutal. Ferriss was born on this date in 1957, and I hate that I did not see him. James Taylor from Kool and the Gang. I always looked at James Taylor and I said, that guy must have 100 babes lined up after the show every single night. He was the lead singer of Kool and the Gang, and even though he wasn't Kool, Kool was the bassist. That was Kool of Kool and the Gang, but he was the cool guy in what's it called, Kool and the Gang. When you would see him, you go, this guy, bro, this guy's got it going on. He looks tight. He's always in shape. He's got that $1 million smile going on. I'm like, James Taylor got laid and he got laid a lot, bro. That's all I can say, you know. Scott Ashton, born on this date in 1949, drummer for Iggy Pop and the Stooges. Brian Hay, lead vocalist and frontman for the Dutch rock band Golden Earring. Rate I love. Let's see. Who else? Oh, Robert Squirrel Lester, second tenor in the Chicago-based singing group, the Chi Lights. Tell me, have you seen her? Oh, girl. All right. Let's see. What else do we have in birthdays? Let's go with famous people celebrating birthdays today. Cameron Monaghan, actor, is 31. Steve Carell, actor, is 62. Angela Bassett. Does that woman ever age? She is 66. Always looks good, too. Doesn't Angela Bassett can have long hair, medium length hair, short hair. She can be bald. She can have like I don't know what they call it, like a rough cut or whatever the hell. She can have red hair, blonde hair, green hair, orange hair. Angela Bassett looks beautiful in any way, shape, or form how you slice it. It's impressive how that woman always looks good, no matter what. James Cameron, by the way, or shall I say Mr. Wilson, he is 70 years old today, and he is married to Nancy Wilson, by the way, for those of you that may not have picked up on the reference. Also celebrating birthdays on the 16th of August, Kathy Lee Gifford. She is 71 years old. And that's it. Sean, do we have any wrestlers celebrating birthdays today?
Yes, we do. Uncle Elmer, who was probably one of the only wrestlers to get married in a wrestling ring and not have it destroyed. He was born in 1937. We did lose him in 1992. Fritz von Erich, the father of the Von Erichs, if you watch the Iron Claw, was born in 1929, lost him in 1997. Dick Murdoch, born in 1946, lost him in 96. Big Bill from Under the Learning Tree is 37 today, and a man who doesn't get used enough, Cedric Alexander, he's 35.
Can't say that in my house. All right, let's go with music history. Today, on August 16th in music history in 1974, for the first time ever, the Ramones played at the New York famed CBGB. In 62, on this date, Beatles manager Brian Epstein fired drummer Pete Best, who was replaced by Ringo Starr. In 77, Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, died at the age of 42. In 75, Peter Gabriel announced he was leaving Genesis, and I did not shed a tear. They made a much better move with Phil Collins. In 83, Paul Simon married actress Carrie Fisher. Boy, you outkick your coverage. In his duplex overlooking New York Central Park, they had been together for 5 years, would separate a year of marriage and get divorced in 85. In those days, Carrie Fisher was too hot for Paul Simon. So get out the back, Jack. In 2005, Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee's reality show, Tommy Lee Goes to College, debuted on NBC. In 2018, Aretha Franklin passed away at the age of 76 after a long battle with cancer. Jesus. Exactly what we were talking about today. Cancer. Stinking cancer. That's why we got to help the Dolphin Cancer Challenge and NorCal. Okay. By the way, In This Moment I saw is touring, no Florida dates. Kim Dracula, Nathan James, and Mike's Dead will be supporting, but no Florida dates there. So the what is it? Maria Brink, I think is her name, from In This Moment. She is you see, am I right? Yeah. She is what would I say? A very curvy girl is what I would call her. And she dresses very provocative. Okay? She is an Ojan provocateur. Not really, just having some fun with that. Let me see. I was going to try to present it for you guys. There we are. Pulled up for those of you that have never seen In This Moment, by the way, she's got a hell of a voice. Maria Brink. So there she is. So as you can tell by the thigh and the hip, she is a very curvy girl, and she dresses like this all the time. So she doesn't, leave a lot to the imagination. But if you're close enough, I can just tell you, And she's got a hell of a voice. A hell of a voice. Man, she can go take it to some octaves that are just scary stuff. Do you ever get starstruck being around these players at practice or in the media room? Well, yeah, I fainted in the TUA press conference. No, not anymore. No. I will say this, not starstruck, but I've kind of found myself rooting a little extra now for certain individuals. When they're not treated fairly, i.e. TUA, yeah, there's a little bit of me that really wants to see him succeed, bro. Because I think too many of you have just been flat out assholes with the kid. And unfair. Absolutely unfair. And so there is a part of me that becomes a little bit more of a fan with certain people, and you root for them. You know what I'm saying? I've become that with Duncan Robinson, because I was one of those guys that was very critical of him just being a shooter. And it's like, yo, dude, you don't help any other way, and you don't improve, you don't try. And then all of a sudden he went into the lab, as they say, and made himself a player, and I really root for him now. I admire him now because of what he did, just like I admire the hell out of TUA dealing with Flo and all the other bullshit that he's had to deal with. So I don't get in awe of people, but I do become a little bit more of a fan than I should be. And it probably hurts my objectivity, to be quite honest. Okay? Because, yeah, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I'm kind of rooting for you, dude. You've had all these injuries. You've been mistreated. You've been mislabeled. And I see it, and I'm not a fan of that, And so that's what happens. But no, I can meet any player and all that. You know where I do get fanboy is musicians. That'll happen to me. If I get to meet a Joe Bonamassa, I do get fanboy. Yeah, I get to meet a Lizzie Hale. Yeah, I become fanboy. Yeah. If I would ever meet Bono or Edge, yeah, I would become super fanboy. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it doesn't happen to me anymore with Nico McBrain, because I've met Nico several times. I know Nico, and pulling for you, Nico, man. But if I ever got to meet Bruce Dickinson in person, that would probably be a fanboy moment for me. I don't think there's an athlete anymore that makes me a fanboy. Yeah. No. Musicians, yes. Athletes, nah. Now I've met Michael and interviewed Michael, in group situations, but I've asked him personally questions a few times. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like anything big, I'm got to cover Marino and interview Marino and got to talk a little bit with Marino privately and all that. He's always been really, really good to me, actually. Yeah, it's hard from once I have Dan, it's like it's fucking downhill after that, bro. It's just fucking downhill. You know what I mean? That's when I was a fanboy. Ain't nobody gonna touch Dan. So yeah, I don't think it happens with me with athletes anymore. I've seen the other athletes already. Sugar Ray Leonard, Walter Payton, Magic Johnson. I've met, interviewed all those kind of people in my 34 years. So I have a pair of Sugar Ray Leonard gloves there. I don't know. There's just nothing there's nobody I could meet now that could come close to anything like that. So yeah, that stopped with me. That's over with me. Now, I get to meet Klaus Main or Matthias Jabs from the Scorpions. Yeah, I'll be total fanboy. Big time fanboy. For sure. Yeah, that'll happen for me. Yeah, the athlete stuff. Yeah. Yeah, not the guys now. No. It's just maybe a couple stories of people personally I'm pulling for. Oh, what else do we have? In this moment are coming to Asheville in November. There you go. You should have you ever seen Maria and the boys? You should go. Pretty good, man. They put on a hell of a show. Always a great, like, wicked show they put on. It's like a devilish show. And then she comes out dressed very sexy. She's a very curvy girl. So if you like curvy women, it's a performance. It's a performance. And her voice, wicked, man. Wicked. I don't think that's really fan talk, but more like truth that if this team was semi-healthy, they would have made it. Oh, for sure. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, would you get nervous meeting Hallie or Selma? Yeah, I would. Yes, I would. Yeah. Yeah, I would. Yeah. Yeah, those are, those are. I think I might get a little nervous with what's her name now? I'm drawing a blank from 90210. Jenny Garth. I'm a huge Jenny Garth fan. Always love Jenny Garth. So yeah, maybe that might be, who I'll give you a guilty pleasure of mine since I was a child. Okay, because literally child. Lisa Whelchel, I think it's how it's pronounced, Whelchel, from Facts of Life. So everybody knows her from our era from Facts of Life, right? But Lisa was part of the new Mickey Mouse Club. So when I was in fifth grade, I would go home and right after school, the new Mickey Mouse Club was on. Lisa had short hair in those days. And I had a crush on Lisa in those days. So when she then a couple years later was one of the girls in Facts of Life, I was like losing my mind. Because it was like, oh, that's my girl from. So to this day, I still have a little crush on Lisa, you know. So yeah, you know. So there you go. You know, those are, but that's all because it was like a childhood thing, you know. So I was like, I got to see the Mickey Mouse. And remember, we didn't have VHS. Not even Beta was out at that time. So if you were going to catch Surprise Day, anything can happen. And it usually does. You're going to have to catch it live. Okay? If you didn't catch, you know, the new Mickey Mouse Club live, then, you know, the old one was also on in reruns with Annette Funicello and all that other stuff. But yeah. Yes. So Lisa Welcho was like one of my crushes from when I was young. So I still have that. So if I would meet Lisa, I would probably be a little nervous because I've had a crush on her since I was like 8 years old or something like that. So it's like a half a century crush, dude, because I'm going to be 58 October 1st. So it's a 50-year crush. Imagine you meet somebody you had a crush on for 50 years. Yeah, I would have to say so. Yes, and there's something wrong with me that I would still remember the theme song for Surprise Day. I doubt any of you know what the hell I was just singing, but, you know, it is what it is. What else? I don't think you being a fan clouds your vision. I think you're putting clowns, but clouds your vision. Seeing you rip plenty of players and coaches when they deserve it. I don't know. I'd rather than the guy reporting bullshit because of pure pessimism. Yeah, you're fair. Yeah, I try to be fair. No matter what, I try to be fair. Matt Damon as Madden. I mean, the acting chops are there. You know, it's just if you make him fat, a short guy fat doesn't look nearly as Madden-like. So you need a little bit of height. To be Madden, you got to be a big man. You know what I'm saying? So Green Lion is in the house in Chicago. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've had a crush on Shakira for like 20 years now. Okay, yeah, it's been about 20 years, right? When you start thinking about Destiny's Child and all that. Yeah, okay. All right. By the way, huge Kelly Rowland guy. I got to tell you, obviously Beyonce, but I don't think Kelly Rowland gets enough like credit for like how smoke show she is. You know what I'm saying? Like we all point at Beyonce because it's the obvious, but I feel like Kelly Rowland does not get enough credit for like, you know, yeah, she was one of the talented girls but I know that Beyonce's like the, you know, masterpiece, you know, whatever God was designing, like he broke that shit. He like, oh yeah, one's enough for that world. Just give him one Beyonce. You know, we make too many of those, men will explode all over. You know what I'm saying? But Kelly Rowland is, oh no, Frankie, she's not okay, dude. She's a total smoke show, man. Total smoke show. So I disagree. Nothing about her is okay, average, good. She is a 10 in my book. Okay. Anyway, don't forget to help out NorCal there as he is doing his Dolphins Cancer Challenge. And he is tomorrow. Okay. NorCal, you should put that shit on video. Are you going to put it on video? Huh? Are you putting that shit on video, NorCal? You should. But tomorrow from 9 a.m. to noon, he is raising money for Dolphins Cancer Challenge, and he's doing burpees, okay? per dollar donated. So we've got, his record is 377. We've got up to 500. So the idea is to make sure that NorCal cannot walk for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So 377 is his record. We've got him doing, let me see, wait, let's see if it's gone up over 500. 620. We've got him at 620. You guys are awesome. Let's get to 700. Let's make this some, he wanted to do 377. Okay, I'm sorry. He wanted to do 420. Okay, let's do 840. Let's raise, we need 220 more. Let's raise 840. Let's double. And he's going to have to smoke so much weed to numb out the middle part of his body from all these burpees. Okay, and you guys raising money for charity for cancer. Okay, we're going to fight cancer. We're going to beat that fucker one day. Okay, we are. We're going to beat that shit down. Okay. The goal is 4,200, actually, right there it says. So we're at 620. So let's make this guy at least right now while we're on the show here, let's make this guy do 840 burpees. Okay? That's what we should do. So get behind it. Use that QR code right there. It's the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, Miami Dolphins. There's the NorCal Dolphin Club. This is all legit. This is a legit fundraising, everything. You'll see the Dolphins logos there, everything. Bro, this is legit as it legit gets, okay? All right? So, and NorCal is, bro, he's money. No, he's Bitcoin. I'd be insulting NorCal if I call him money, because money is shit. He's Bitcoin. Okay? Way better. Okay? So let's make it 840. Because he wants to do 420 burpees. Let's double that shit and let's make this man like have cramps like all over the place. Now we're at 670. It went up $50 just by talking. Let's go. Let's go. Raise it, dude. Raise it. Let's and NorCal, you got to put this shit on video. I want to see you past the 400 mark. I want to see you get to 500 and 600 and 700 and 800. I think they're going to take you to the emergency room. Rusty, you got the ambulance ready? Huh? Get it ready. This man, he's going to be stoned on brownies for like a month straight. That's what we're going to do to him this weekend. We're gonna make NorCal do 840 burpees in 3 hours. Look out, NorCal. Our folks here could go to 1,000 and really freak you out, and then what? And then what you got for us? You're gonna be doing it over a stretch of weeks now? So let's make NorCal's life miserable for a good cause. Think about that. We get to laugh at NorCal, cramped up, all effed up. I contributed to that. And then you also contributed to fighting cancer. 2 pleasures in life, making NorCal suffer and killing cancer. Doesn't get better than that, really. Seriously. I mean, that's what it's all about. So let's break NorCal. Okay, let's break NorCal. Use that QR code. Help them out. Raise the money. 670 star refreshed. At least get to 700 at the moment. Come on. Who's going to get to 700? 770. Holy shit. 770. We're almost at the 840 mark. Dude, we're only 70 away from the 840 mark. Double up the 420 that he wants to do. Oh, man, we are going to cripple this guy. I'm telling you. Oh, he's going to be walking like a 95-year-old man for the next 2 months. NorCal, how you doing? I'm great. How are you doing? It's going to be fantastic. Will NorCal be a warrior? Will he be able to come out and play after 840 burpees? What's the over and under and how many ligaments he blows during 840 burpees? What do you think, Sean?
Oh, I'm going to go none. I'm all in NorCal's corner here. He's going to knock it out. But he also said he's going live on Facebook 9 a.m. to noon Pacific time tomorrow.
So we get to watch
noon our time here Eastern.
Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. You know, we've got to make like social media posts of North. You know, he's going to be sweating like a whore in church. Guaranteed. I mean, in fact, a whore in church ain't going to have anything on him. I mean, seriously, this is sweat. This is NorCal. We're giving your ass a workout, dude. We're still at 770. Can we get to 840? Come on. Use that QR code. Step it up. It's for a good cause, man. You know? We always tell you guys to help us out here and help our platform grow and make donations and visit our great sponsors, buy shirts and hats like that gentleman just did now. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. You know, but we also got to help each other out too when we got stuff like this going on. So make sure you you help out NorCal there. You know, it would be great to get to 840, man. 770. Yes, sir.
Now, I wanted to say, I know a lot of people were talking about the parking. They're doing a park and ride now for Hard Rock Stadium. It's at Hard Rock Stadium on X. You can actually, there's a couple lots around everywhere where you can park and get a ride to the game.
Really?
There's a lot across from Hard Rock Casino. There's a Golden Glades parking garage. It's $10, and it says it's you gotta, I guess, reserve it, but they are offering that to get you to and from, looks like, games.
That's not bad. I mean, you got to spend some time to get back to your car because that's going to take you some time to get out of there. But at least you save yourself some money, man, because, man, it is expensive to park at the stadium, dude. So I'm telling you, there's a reason why I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a second passport. I'm going to get residency in another country. I'm not sure I can retire here, especially in this state. And I don't want to go north and, I don't like cold. So I'm going to go south. So yeah, that's how screwed up it is, dude. So I get it. And look at the stadium now. People are being priced out of being able to park at the stadium because they keep adding stuff. So they have to limit the parking. The more stuff you add, the F1 race, the tennis tournament, the hospital, the practice facility, all of that stuff, bridges and tunnels, and it starts to limit the space that you have. So yeah, it's kind of screwed up, And look at that. Now they raise the prices for parking, and people just can't even park. They want to go to the game, but man, it's $60, $70, $80, $100, $150 to park. It's like, I don't know what crazy ass prices it is now, but it is crazy. What is it, Sean?
No, real quick, it's $10 per car, just so you know. So.
Okay, that's a good deal. That's not a bad deal. And it's a great way for other people to generate revenue in places where they weren't generating revenue at that time. Because if you're just going to use it as a parking lot, that's freaking awesome. Remember, folks, what you donate, you can also write it off because it is a donation. So again, you make NorCal suffer, you fight cancer, and you get to write it off. Oh, by the way, you can watch NorCal suffer tomorrow from 9 to 12. Okay? You can tune in to watch his ass, like, I don't know, blow out every ligament in his body. So we thank David Furones. We thank Manny Navarro. We thank, of course, the great Sean Stanley. And, of course, want to thank all of you that donated and keep donating, helping out NorCal, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get this thing. Let's get it over 1,000 while in the off time. Let's do that. By the way, I want to thank our friends at EJD Construction. They are joining our platform again, and they are we're going to have Chris Perkins joining us post-game. So we'll have Furones and Perkins every post-game show joining us throughout the season. Okay, so that will be an element that we add. And remember, if your business wants to be a part of our business and our platform, reach out to our business line at 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. If you want to reach out and be a part of our platform. Oh, what are you thinking about retiring? Yes, Costa Rica is one. Costa Rica, Panama, and Uruguay. I was thinking Barbados too, but because of the medical issues, since I have medical issues, I don't want to have to fly back to the United States for everything practically. And in Barbados, I love their vibe, but you would have to fly back for everything. Whereas in Costa Rica, they got pretty good medical actually. And in Panama, they do too. And in Uruguay, they do too. So I'm thinking of different places. So yeah, I'm still searching. You know, I'm still studying. You know, studying the economies, the political environments, the what's it called, the weather patterns. And that's what I like about Costa Rica and Panama. They are completely out of the hurricane zone. So you never have to worry about that shit. So that's actually good. They do have earthquakes. You know, it's not like a bunch or anything. It could happen because you're all along that whole part, but that's rare. But outside of that, and I don't know, and much cheaper to live. So on my retirement, I might be able to live a lot better and a quieter life over in Costa Rica or Panama or Uruguay. Uruguay is a great country, great people. They can feed their people like 12 times over. They're one of the leaders in the world of meat. So no, it's just there's there's a lot of things that you got to look into. So yes, so I am weighing all of that kind of stuff because unfortunately, me and my wife, when we both retire, we're thinking, damn, dude, the taxes here, the insurance, it's getting crazy. It's not going to get cheaper. Home insurance is not going to get cheaper here, dude. And taxing, it's going to only get worse because our deficit is only going to get worse. So, yeah, it just not good. Not good. So I'm trying to forward think here on what's happening. And so I'm planning ahead. Unfortunately, I'm going to be priced out of my own state. Weird. Born and raised here, and I won't be able to really, retire here comfortably. So I'd rather go somewhere where I can retire comfortably, So Colombia's not bad. They've got some issues. Argentina too. They would be options if their political and their financial environments weren't better, Frankie. So that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, Panama's got no issues. And Costa Rica, no issues. And Uruguay, they're actually, I think they're one of the, if not the best run country in South America, actually, fiscally. So that's what's hurting Argentina and Colombia. There's a lot of unknown with their economies. So that's the problem there. That's holding them back a little bit, in my eyes, for me personally. You know what I mean? Millie might be good for Argentina, but he hasn't turned the corner yet. And, Colombia's fiscal situation is after. I'd rather go to Mexico than Colombia or Argentina, put it that way. Mexico is headed in a much better direction. I don't know if people realize that, but they actually are. Unemployment's they have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the world. Mexico. Everybody works no matter what. Mexicans work. Period. End of story. They want to work. They make their money, So, yeah, there's patches of bad places and all that. So Colombia has the same thing, but most of that stuff, if you're not involved in the illegal stuff, you're not going to really have an issue with that. It's not really going to be that big of a deal. Who would play Dan Marino in a movie back in the day? I'd say David Hasselhoff. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I like that one, dude. David Hasselhoff. You can go with Jeff Conway. Remember Jeff Conway from Taxi? He kind of has that Marino look and the locks. So his locks were even more, prominent than Marino's. But he can dumb them down to have Marino's locks. But he kind of had that. Yeah, there's a couple guys you can probably think of to do that. Can't believe I used to do 1,000 burpees less than 50 minutes. That's John Padilla. Philippines is not bad, by the way. Vietnam is also not bad. Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia also is another one that I'm looking at. Malaysia is good. Malaysia is a little bit expensive, but man, very well balanced. And no crime. Crime is very little there. People are good overall. Obviously, you got to deal with the heat and humidity and all that. In the wet season. But yeah, there's a couple parts in Asia that I'm also looking at too. Yeah. Vietnam is actually underrated. You know what I mean? So, and cheap to live. So what you want to do is pick a place that's cheap, and then you have an international airport, so then you can travel to different places, so you can use your money to travel and explore and all that kind of stuff. And everything, like if you're flying out of certain places, it'll be cheaper than even flying out of these places, so it's what can I tell you? I could do 500 burpees under 30 minutes after drinking 6 beers, says Pat in Asheville. I got to tell you, NorCal has got his work cut out for him because, he's making it sound like this big deal. And these people, they do a lot for, in a very short time there in NorCal. We're up to 775 raised. We haven't gotten to the 840. I was hoping to get to 840 before I got off the show. Malaysia is the most 3XP. Malaysia is nice, man. Malaysia is good. Most expensive in Southeast Asia is Malaysia. Indonesia is the cheapest. Indonesia. But Malaysia is a great country. You got everything there, dude. Everything. But it is expensive. You are correct, sir. It's not cheap living. You are 1,000% right. Chile is not bad. God, it's such an interesting country. It's just a sliver down. And it's a long ass sliver, and it has so many different types of environments too. I haven't looked enough into Chile, to be quite honest, but it's got a lot of really positives to it. I will say that, but I haven't looked too much into it, to be quite honest. In South America, the one I'm looking into the most is Uruguay right now. That's the one that piques my interest. Actually, their government, their economy, the people, it's very easygoing and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool country. Pretty cool country. North Korea definitely is a perfect place to go to, Michael. Yes. Or I could go to South Korea so I can catch shit on balloons from North Korea. Okay. Big O, I heard that you had to be real skinny to fit into Chile. Very funny. Well, I am losing weight, so I can join the skinny country in a skinnier fashion. So I'm on my way. Okay, I'm on my way. So Drake May might win the QB. Dude, you watched it last night, Ray? Like I watched it because Jabroni is starting, and Jabroni is a jabroni, and jabroni will always be a jabroni. And then I hear the coach after, well, Drake May will start when Drake May is better than jabroni. What's wrong with that statement? Drake May's already better than jabroni. You jabroni. So I just want to tell, the jabroni coach, it takes a jabroni to know a jabroni. I mean, seriously, with a straight face, you said that after the game. Drake May will start when he's better than Jabroni Brisket. Did you watch it yesterday? He's already better than Jabroni. And he's a baby. What are you going to do? Coddle him? Brother, he played a whole bunch of years of football in college. He's ready to go. Let him learn. Let him make mistakes. Let him get his mouth punched, a couple times. Let him throw some interceptions. Let him get frustrated. Let him learn. Don't hold him back. When he's better than Jabroni Brisket? When? That shit happened the second you drafted him, moron. Gerard Mayo's trying to play some coach psychological games and shit. What a schmuck. Bro, just play. You're doing a disservice to your team. Did you see the bomb the kid threw down the sidelines? Put it right there. Receivers, he could have caught it, could have fought for it. Didn't. But it wasn't a bad throw. I'm not going to blame the incompletion on him. Dude threw it downfield on a dime. That one throw is all I need to see to say, you're not a jabroni. He is. So, yeah. I watched that yesterday. Right. And wow. That's all I can say. Big O, do you think AI will cure cancer one day? I think somebody will, Oscar. AI, something. Somebody will do, my brother. Somebody has to. We need to cure it, man, in a big time way. Let's see. What is your opinion on the new NFL? You know what, Brett? I'm glad that we have returns now. And it'll get better as time goes on because these coaches will figure things out and they'll coach it up and people will come up with schemes and stuff. And so it's just a new thing that we've got to adjust to. But at least not every kick is going through the end zone anymore. Now we're getting returns. So if we're going to get returns, that's better than no returns. The only thing is, what you're seeing now shouldn't be better than what you'll see by the end of this year and next year. That should be much better and a more entertaining thing to watch. That's what I would say. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Thank David Furones, Manny Navarro, and the great Sean Stanley. We will see you guys on Monday morning, 10 a.m. Wait a minute. I don't think so. It might be an afternoon show. Now that I think about it, let me make sure. But I think I am on we are on in the afternoon. Let me make sure, because I know they're off for the weekend, but then they come back Monday the 19th. Yes, sir. 10 a.m. practice. No practice. No soup for you. No practice for fans. It is closed to the fans. But media, we have 3 practices left. We have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with Tampa Bay, and then we are done. We have no more open practices, and I don't have to go to camp. So I have 3 more practices, and then I'm done. So Monday will be in the afternoon. Yes, Sean.
The one with Tampa's actually in Tampa, I believe.
Oh, so that day will be on at 10 in the morning. Yeah, my bad. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for correcting me. So Monday and Tuesday will be afternoon shows, and those will be the final afternoon shows during those times, because we'll be done with training camp. And then on Wednesday, when they're in Tampa, we're not going to Tampa. We will be on at 10 a.m. like we normally are. Okay? So there you go. I hope you all have a great and safe weekend. Thank you all. If you made a super chat donation, if you made a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, that's Cash Big O Show. You can make a Bitcoin donation. As always, we appreciate it. And of course, visit our merchandise shop. You can buy shirts and hats there. A great way to support us. And one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, NorCal, tomorrow between 9 a.m. and noon, he is doing it live on Facebook, and he's doing it for cancer, burpees for cancer. So you can make a donation to the Dolphin Cancer Challenge. It is an official Dolphins Cancer Challenge event, and NorCal is doing it. And let's break the bank, dude. He's doing a burpee for every $1. So let's rock this thing out. Use that QR code and let's help cure cancer. And by the way, you get to write that off. So you can't beat that. NorCal suffers, you help beat cancer, and you get to write it off. We'll see you on Monday. God bless you all. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the